clickers here. Just saying.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Why does Charity need a warning that Kivikas here?
Oh, god dang it.
It was needs a
Uh,
warning, dude. When
It was dark. It was dark days at that
Hey,
times.
hey, we don't talk about it.
we don't.
At least there's no tether mechanic here in
Well,
VA.
tethers.
Okay,
Okay.
can I still
Uh,
kill someone else?
Yes, definitely.
Go on.
Ooh, echo.
What? That's not me.
It was
That's not
it was
me.
Calcifer.
Admit that.
It was Calcifer. Like what? Anyway, Sky's just told us that OVNI should be spawning around like the o'clock. So just in case we want to do it, or we'll just get it done at like 20 minutes past.
Oh, then we need to prepare now. We need to get ready now. Okay, let's speed
Yeah.
up things a bit lah.
Is party fulfilling?
Okay, let me just pre-brief first lah before everyone gets in. Party 3, are y'all okay? Galen, where's Galen? Galen's here, right?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
not filled there yet.
I'm just looking at the spreadsheet. So if y'all have like party members joining, just help me to tick off the names lah. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just a bit lazy.
I
Toscat.
always have problems copy pasting things that are in macros on Discord. I don't know why.
No worries.
I'm trying to cut and paste something and it's not letting me.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna resume the pre-brief before we get started lah. So anyway, we have like another 14 minutes before we will zone in. We may zone in earlier because I've got news that OVNI might spawn at close to the 10 a.m. mark on my time. So we may try to just catch that OVNI instead of waiting for the next one, which will come usually about 20 to 30 minutes after that time, which will extend our run time. So we'll try to speed things up a bit and catch that one. Okay, now, welcome to our BA practice run for September. I'm Shak in case you haven't already realized it, and I'll be explaining or giving call-outs as well as explanations for this BA practice run. Okay, I do this every month, once a month at least. So welcome to our September run. Now, before we begin, there's a couple of things that I'll need to cover. So if you're new, this pre-brief is aimed primarily at you. So just take note of these things and then make sure you bring everything that's required of you. Okay, now, once we zone in to Hydatos later, we will try to avoid zoning out because there have been cases in the past where you zone out, you forget something, you zone out, and then you may not be able to zone back in again. Okay, SE's instancing is a bit iffy. Okay, it's a bit iffy at times. We don't really know how exactly it works. Okay, but generally speaking, it should be okay if you really forget something urgently and you need to zone out and zone back in. Generally speaking, it should be okay, but we try to avoid doing it. Now, before we zone in, there's a couple of things we need to check. First and foremost, you need to make sure that you have your Hurricane gear. Now, for new players, the only thing that you can have will be your Kirin Osode and or your Vermilion cloak. Okay, so usually it's the body piece that you can buy from the market board, either buying it directly or buying the cloth or seals to exchange for it. Okay, so by right, all of you should have all of these already. Okay, other than that, you will want to bring in your logograms or have them already prepared. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar or not aware, you need to have logos actions for the run itself. Okay, generally speaking, if you don't have any logos actions and you go in, right, you're not gonna do very much. Okay, because Hydatos, okay, Eureka itself, from Pyros, Hydatos onwards, and as well as BA, especially BA, your logos actions start to play a very major part in clearing the content itself. Okay, and the third and last thing is to have your food with you. Make sure your gear is repaired before we zone in. Okay, so just ensure you have all these things, and then what we'll do is we'll do a ready check. Okay, we'll do a ready check for those parties who are filled already. Just ready check, and then if everyone is here, we will zone in for the field parties. Now for those parties, so I think looking at the spreadsheet, only party 3 is missing like 2 people. So Galen, maybe if you can just ping them in the Discord, if you can find them. If you can find them, just ping them. see if they respond. If they reply saying that, oh, I'm coming, no, I'm just logging in now, then you just wait for them. Okay, but if they don't respond within like maybe 5 minutes or so, right, then you will just zone in regardless. Okay, now one thing to mention with regards to our BA practice runs is that you might see that we are a bit lax or slack with regards to the attendance. One thing to point out with BA is that it's not a queue into this instance content. So later, once we zone into BA, we will go through a process known as portal wars. Okay, now I'm just gonna get everyone to zone in at this point of time in preparation for OVNI appearing. So once you have done your ready checks, everyone's ready. Okay, the entire party needs to be in Pier 1 of your own worlds. Okay, you just need to be in Pier 1. You don't have to be in Thornberry, where I'm situated at, but you just need to be on your own individual worlds, Pier 1, and then queue in. It should pop. Okay, if someone's not on Pier 1, there'll be an error message. So they need to be at Pier 1. Okay, and then zone into the zone. Again, generally speaking, nowadays we should all get into the same instance. Okay, but if for whatever reason you don't see that you're in the same instance as I'm in, quickly sound off. Let us know that one of the parties is in a different instance. Okay, I generally will be standing next to Ijika. Okay, if you don't see Ijika, right, I'm standing next to the Aetherite. Just beside, there's a bench and tables and pots there. I should be standing here. I'm the Viera in black. Yeah. So as long as you see me, no, that's not what you should be doing. Don't listen to Kelly. Kelly gives bad advice.
I said the potat that you want to kill. What? You love potats now? Oh my god.
No.
Revelation.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that, potatsu? Yeah, he likes potats now. He doesn't want to kill Ijika.
That's why.
What did I hear?
Yeah, like he seriously likes Ijika now. Thinks he's awesome. Doesn't want to kill him.
Okay.
Wow.
Carrying on. Okay, now once you're in the instance, we'll be waiting for OVNI to spawn. Okay, currently the numbers are around 51 or so lah. Okay, but I do believe that it will increase slowly over time as more and more people zone in. Okay, generally it's fine. Okay, now once you're in the instance, if you haven't already done so, just go to your logos manipulator and prepare your logos actions. Do note that for BA, you will want to have a single tray with either just a spirit of the remembered or a blank tray. Okay, this is so that later when we zone into BA, the first thing that everyone does is to crack open the single spirit tray and apply the spirit of the remembered on yourself. Okay, this spirit of the remembered keeps you, it reses you inside BA. Now, in BA, in case you don't already realize this or don't already know, you cannot res yourself, or you cannot res normally inside BA. If you die, healers cannot res you using resurrection or raise or Agiro or whatever the spell is called. You need to rely on your own spirit of the remembered as the first line of defense to raise yourself. So always have spirit of the remembered on you at all times. Okay, in case accidents do happen, you stand the AoE, you get clipped, you die, your spirit will proc at a 70% chance to res you. So your first line of defense will be your spirit of the remembered. Now, failing that, if it doesn't work, okay, you die, your spirit is consumed, but it didn't proc. You will just stay on the floor until the fight is over, or when it's safe, and then healers will try to res you using a lost action called Sacrifice L. Now, Sacrifice L, what it does is that it reses the dead player, and it applies a doom debuff on the healer itself. Okay, only healers can use this, so be appreciative of your healers in BA. They are using a lost action to raise you, and it's not cheap. Okay, from current counts, I think Sacrifice L is in the vicinity of 100 to 150k per use lah. So it's not very cheap lah. Do be appreciative of healers. So try not to die stupidly lah, for lack of a better word. You just don't run into traps, stand in the AoE shit, stuff like that. Now, for a practice run or training run, generally speaking, we will try our best to to carry everyone to the end of the BA, okay, to the last boss, at the very least to the last boss. We will try our best. Okay, there's no guarantees. If too many people die or we don't have enough healers or not enough sacrifice, then you're out of luck. I'm sorry, but you will have to stay dead. Okay, but in Pug runs, okay, which is the majority of runs, BA runs in Elemental, there's no guarantee that people will res you. If you die on the first boss, stupidly, you just stand in the AoE and then you're like not sure what's happening and you just die, they might just leave you there because it's like, I'm not going to waste 100k or 150k on someone who doesn't know the mechanics and just died on the very first mechanic. So they may just leave you there. So do be aware of this. So generally speaking, you want to be prepared when it comes to BA itself. Okay, assuming that you are coming back for more and or you want to get more clears, etc. etc. Okay, although we will try to clear this run, I cannot guarantee that you will clear. Yeah, unfortunately, and you will understand this later on, but there are certain things that we need to deal with for BA that is beyond my control. Okay, generally speaking, the last boss mechanics, if people don't do it right, we can all wipe. It's possible that we all die. So I cannot guarantee that you will clear. Okay, so but we will try our best. We will try our best. Okay, now just to briefly mention, is the last thing that you can do to rest people, right? So other than sacrifice L, your own spirit, right, is healer LB3, but that hardly happens nowadays. Okay, we don't fight bosses long enough for LB3 to charge to full, except maybe on the last boss if our DPS is low. So generally, we don't rely on that as well. Okay, now next thing to mention is about 56 already on the clock now, so we're just gonna wait for a few more minutes. Hopefully Offni spawns. Now I'm gonna explain Portal Wars to all of you here. Now later when Offni spawns, we are gonna go through a process that we endearingly call as Portal Wars. Now Portal Wars, what happens is that when Offni appears later on, everybody who is going to attempt VA must go over to the Offni and participate in the Offni fate. Okay, while leveling in Hydatos, you probably would have seen it before. Okay, it spawns very regularly. Every 30 minutes or so it spawns, and then you will just go over and clear the fate. And then if you have done it before at level 60, you will notice that you will get a buff. Okay, but regardless, if it's your first time, do note that you need to participate in the Offni fate to join BA. Now, there's a few criteria to this. First, you need to be level 60. If you're not level 60, then you will not be able to join BA. Ensure that you are level 60. Okay. In my party, it looks okay. Everyone is level 60 already. Okay, but if there's anyone in your party who is level 59, okay, maybe they accidentally died and then they de-level. Do quickly ensure that they go re-level. Okay, it's possible to quickly level up to 60. By doing sprite farming. Okay, but if there's anyone who needs it, just ask your party, I need to level up quickly. We will try to get that arranged. Okay, but we only have a few minutes left. Okay, now, next, you need to have unlocked BA. Okay, I know this seems a bit silly, but you need to have unlocked BA by finishing the quest line. Okay, so if you still have a quest icon on your mini-map, when you're looking at the Hydatos map now, go and quickly finish it or talk to the NPC. Okay, I think it's a Potet lah. So just talk to them, get them to unlock BA for you. Okay, it has happened before where we do the fate and then some of us, one person says I can't get in, I can't click into the portal, and then we realize that they didn't actually finish the quest line. So you need to finish the quest line to unlock BA itself. Okay, so that's the second thing you need to check. Now the third thing is to ensure that you participate in the Offni fate and get a gold contribution rating for it. So basically you need to be in a party and then just hit the Offni. Okay, as long as you tag the Offni, you're in a more or less full party. Okay, 7 to 8 people, okay, or 6 to 8 people is fine. It considers it as a party contribution. So if you have like 6 people, 8 people, generally speaking, everyone gets gold. Okay, so just make sure you're in a party and contribute to the fate. And also, don't run out of the fate zone before the Offni dies. Now, this is important. If you leave the fate area before Offni dies, you don't get to go into BA. Okay, this is a countermeasure SE implemented early on in Eureka's life cycle to stop people from running off from the fate. Okay, the fate is appearing right now. You can see the message. So, for those who are ready, just head over to the Offni fate. We won't start so early, but we will shout out that we are doing a BA practice run. So someone who can help me just type that out. and I continue to explain. Okay, so we'll be doing a BA practice run. We'll announce to the instance that we're doing a practice run, and we'll maybe set the pull time to about 8 minutes lah. Okay, about 8 minutes. So we give people 6 minutes to prepare and then run over. Okay, but you should be there when we start pulling it. Okay, the timer on the Fate is about 14:30 right now, so you have about 5 minutes and 30 seconds to get over there. Okay, do whatever you need to do. Okay, I know some people doing indoor things. Go ahead and go get that done. We will start at X08 0800 on the Fate timer. Then we will start the pull. Okay, okay, now once you are in the Fate zone later, just remember to stay in the Fate zone when Ofni dies before you run off. Okay, now after Ofni dies, there will be this thing known as Portal Walls. Now what happens is that once you clear Ofni, you get a buff. In this case, a blue color buff starting at 10 minutes, and you must have this buff to enter BA. If you don't get it for some reason or another, I'm sorry, but you won't be able to join us. Okay, we can troubleshoot that why later on, but essentially if you miss out on it, you will not be able to join the BA from the start. Okay, you can still join us later, midway through. I'll explain this later on, but it's still possible to join, just that you won't be joining us from the very beginning. Okay, now once you clear Ofni, you get the buff. The buff starts at 10 minutes, ticking down to 9, and what we want to do is we want to immediately run off once Ofni is dead. And okay, I'm gonna paste in the Discord, the Eureka chat channel, a map. Now this map shows you the spawn points of all the portals. Okay, I pasted in the Eureka chat channel. Okay, shows you the portal positions of all 48 portals that will spawn after Ofni is dead. Okay, so I'm going to just type out the start time. Fate 0800, if you would be so kind. Okay, so BA practice run. Okay, so now these portals you will run over to. Okay, now look at the map, decide on 1 or 2 portal positions that you will make a beeline to once Ofni is dead. Now how this works is that once Ofni dies, everyone will run off, find a portal and sit on the portal spot. Okay, sit on it, because what we do is that there's an unspoken rule here in Hydatos or Elemental that if someone's at the portal spot already, it is their portal. If you are looking for a portal spot and someone's sitting on it already, you generally move off and find another portal position. It's an unspoken etiquette. We try not to contest portals with other people unless it's really very packed. Now currently our number count is about 60 out of 144. Of these 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are ineligible, so there's about 54. And then not everyone here is not everyone here is joining BA itself, so we should be okay with portals. We will have more than enough portals for all 48 players who are joining BA. So don't worry too much about fighting people for portals. We should have enough. Okay, but still do try to find a portal the moment Ofni dies, sit on it, and then wait for the portals to appear. Now portals after 4 minutes after Ofni is dead, means at the 6-minute mark on your buff timer, blue portals will appear. Now during this entire portal war phase, you can keep your mini-map open. You will be able to see the portals on your mini-map. They will be marked with a small little cross icon on your mini-map. 48 blue portals will appear 4 minutes after Ofni is dead. Now we do not touch the blue portals. I repeat, do not touch the blue portals. Okay, blue portals are what we call priority entry. If you click on a blue portal, generally speaking, you won't be able to enter. It will require this item known as an etheric stabilizer to enter into a blue portal. Okay, and etheric stabilizers are not free. They need to be farmed using crystals or special items you can find in Hydatos. So generally speaking, you should not have a stabilizer with you. Okay, but if anyone has a stabilizer and they click on the blue portal, they will immediately zone into BA. consuming the stabilizer item and using up the portal as well. Okay, now the reason why we don't use blue portals is because when you use a blue portal, it will -1 portal from the 48 available, and then somebody else will be affected by it. Okay, now 3 minutes after blue portals have appeared, all the remaining blue portals, okay, if let's say 2 people stabbed, okay, and then there are 46 blue portals left, all of those 46 will disappear, and 46 red portals will reappear in the same positions, but they will reshuffle. So 2 of those red portals will not appear randomly. So someone else is going to be affected by the players stabbing the blue portals. This is why we don't stab practice runs. If you want to stab, if you stab a blue portal, somebody else in our run is going to be affected by you stabbing, which is why we don't stab at all. Okay, plus it saves the effort of 48 people, all of us having to farm stabs. It's either everyone stabs or no one stabs. There's no in between. Okay, so generally speaking, this is how the portal wars work. Okay, now do note that because the instance is a public instance, you'll be sort of fighting other people for the portals. Try to get to a portal early, look for one, keep your minimap open. If you can't find one, just look at the minimap, run to an available portal, find one which has nobody there. You just try your best. Okay, I can't guarantee everyone can get in. That's beyond my control, but hopefully with luck we can all at least get in. Okay, now I know that we're gonna start soon, about 10 more seconds, so just get ready to tag the boss. You don't have to do massive DPS, you don't have to kill it really quickly, just make sure you contribute to the fate, don't run off early. Dying is fine, okay, technically dying is fine, just get rest and then continue as per normal. Okay, we are starting, just tag it and let's go. Yeah, as we are fighting it, I'll just continue to explain stuff lah. Now, with regards to portals, if let's say, okay, our runs, we generally field up to 32 players, but there are 48 portals, so there are actually 16 portals that are available for the public. Okay, generally speaking, there will be helpers. Some of the JP community, they are very nice. They join us on our practice runs just to help out with the runs. They don't really need to do more BA, but they are just here to help us out. So it's very nice of them. These spare remaining 16 portals are for anyone. Okay, now, one thing I want to briefly mention is that Hydatos is a public instance. So at no point in any of our runs will we ever say, no, this is a practice run, it's a private event, no one can enter. No, we will never say that. It's always open to everyone. Okay, so we will never stop people from joining. If someone wants to fight you for your portal, unfortunate, but try your best to take it, to get the portal. If not, then try your best to find another portal. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the portal wars lah. Okay, once again, generally speaking, just try your best to click into a red portal. Okay, don't click on the blue ones. Try your best to click on a red portal. Keep your minimap open, run around, and find one, and try to grab it as soon as you can once they actually appear. Okay, and then for those who make it in to VA later on, I will brief you all once we actually zone in. Okay, good luck. The hardest, half the battle of clearing BA, right, is actually getting into BA itself, just so you guys know. Thankfully, on a Saturday morning, this is the reason why I do runs on Saturday mornings, by the way. It's not that crowded lah. It's not that crowded on a Saturday morning, so it's not too bad. Generally for during content lulls, okay, now Offney is dying, so get ready to mount up. Okay, mount up and run off. Okay, just run off, look for a portal. Okay, just I forget to mention this quickly, but the portal directly to the left of Offney, right? I'm there, so like maybe don't fight me for it. Thanks, thanks guys. Yeah. Some of the regulars will have their regular portal position, and then if they see you there, they'll tell you, say, sorry, this is my spot. Can you please find another one? So just run off and find another spot. Okay, then once you're at a portal spot, pro tip. Once you're on a portal spot, just sit on a portal spot, mount up on the biggest, brightest, flashiest mount that you have, and then just assert dominance on that spot, so that when people see you, it's like, okay, there's someone there already, I'm gonna just like move on. Okay, it helps other people, helps if people can see you from far away, so they know, okay, that spot is taken. Let me just find some other spot. Yeah, so just run around, You just run around, look for a portal spot. Okay, some of our veterans in today's run, they didn't actually sign up, but they are here to help, So if let's say there's a spare portal spot, they will just take it. But if let's say you are new and you can't find the portal spot, you can just sound off to us lah. Okay, maybe us in your party or just if you really want to, you can just shout out, I'm new, I can't find a portal spot. Some of the veterans will actually give up their spots for you. If you're new and you need it. So maybe you just ask, and then we will try to quietly tell you where an available portal spot is. Okay, we don't want to shout it out because then everybody will hate to it and then try to fight you for it. So we will try to keep it within private comms because we're trying to give you that spot. So we won't shout it out. But if you need one, just let us know and we will see what we can do about it. Okay, but again, it's tough lah. Okay, if someone comes over and snatches the spot, there's nothing you can do about it. So do be quick on it. Try to find a portal and try to get in. Okay, try our best. Good luck for Portal Wars. Yes, always red.
Yep. Red power.
Always red. Red mage.
It's okay, Les is on VC.
Oh, okay. Just in case. Thanks. Hi, Les. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Everyone just say hello for no reason.
Hello.
You guys sounds like bored.
Thought it was a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
everybody.
someone says hi, you should say hi back.
It's only polite.
Huh? Sorry, Sky. What
It's
you
only
saying?
polite.
Oh, it's only polite. Yes, that's right. Okay lah, fingers. We just waiting for portals to appear.
Yep.
Okay, blue portals have appeared, but once again, gentle reminder: don't touch them, don't click on them. If you have a step, you will actually use the step or stabilizer. So just just stay around the blue portal. Now, 3 minutes from now, blue portals will turn red, and you will need to click on the red portal to enter. Okay, now if you are the only person there, then generally speaking, you are the only person who will be clicking on the red portal. But if there's someone nearby or standing next to you, then it does mean that they are trying to contest you for the portal. So do note that the fastest fingers first person to click on the red portal gets it. Also note that the blue portal, the red portal will appear in the vicinity of the blue portal. Okay, do not what's the word for it? Do not lock onto the blue portal. Okay, don't tunnel onto the blue portal and then thinking that it will appear at the exact same spot. It doesn't. Okay, it actually appears nearby. So later when the blue portals disappear, look around you. There should be a red portal nearby. Quickly run over and click on the red portal. If once again, if there's no one nearby, then generally speaking, it's yours already. If no one stepped, then we should have no issues with red portals. Okay, we can actually, just so you all know, we can actually see who steps. If someone does that, we will know. Okay, and we'll know the name also. So don't quietly, sneakily step, thinking, I'm just gonna step these portals. Shark will never know. I will chew your cables. I'll devour you too.
Revenge.
They think they're ninjas, but we can see them full naked.
But yeah, we can see the if you open the Venturalist, the socials window and Venturalist, we can actually see who is in this instance, and we can see who is inside VA right now by clicking on the purple button to sort by exploring dungeon. Okay, basically, if someone's in VA, they'll have a purple icon next to the name. So if red portals haven't appeared and someone's inside VA, it means they stepped. So we will actually know, and we can see who is it as well. So it's not a threat lah. To be honest, if randoms step, it's fine. We won't complain. We won't say anything. It's just that we will have to deal with the shuffling portals later. Okay, but looks good lah. No one said anything for this practice run.
Nice.
It's not too bad.
Let's press the start.
Cool.
I mean, you need to have an actual step in your inventory to actually step. So
Even if I don't have one.
Yeah, exactly, right. Even if I didn't bring a step, right, I can't accidentally step. Please, it has happened. It's happened before. Like we have had people where I say, okay, don't step. Someone click on it. Oops, I accidentally clicked on it. Okay, red portals are up. Just click on your red portals and I'll see you in BA. Okay, now for those who either didn't get a red portal or like someone took the portal, open your minimap and look for where the portals are and quickly run over to it. You just try your best to get in. Okay, now for those who enter into BA, okay, those viewing cutscene, very nice. Okay, looks like my whole party got in. Excellent. Okay, now congrats on clearing the first hurdle, getting into BA itself. Okay, thankfully Saturday morning not so bad. If you do this on a weekend evening peak period during content now, right, you'll see like 100 people in the hider doors. Then it will usually be a step fest. Everyone will step. Okay, now okay, to keep things brief, I'll try to expedite my explanations as well. So now welcome to BA. Now, first thing once you do when you're here, right, is to crack open your Spirit of the Remembered. Okay, the single tray that I told you to prepare, and use the Spirit of the Remembered. Okay, just use it. It will put the buff on you. Okay, and the buff lasts for like 3 hours. It immediately ticks down to 2 hours, but it lasts for 3 hours. And once you have used the Spirit of the Remembered, use the Logos Manipulator here to replace that tray with something else. Okay, now generally speaking, if you're new, first timer, you will have a lot of spare Spirit of the Remembered to bring along with you. Because every time you die, you need to use another one. Okay, every time you die, you need to use another Spirit of the Remembered. So you need to prepare some spare spirits. Okay, so just spend some time to form your Logos actions at the start here. Okay, now while that's going on, the first pair of bosses, are known as the twins, Art and Owen. Now, for this practice run, okay, for the purpose of this practice run, we actually pre-assign the sites. So technically speaking, Team 1, my team, is going to Owen. Team 2 and Team 4 is going to Art. Okay, Team 3 is Owen as well. So we sort of split to odd number and even number teams. Okay, for the first pair of bosses. Now, the reason for this is that the first pair of bosses have a special mechanic where if one of the two bosses has HP left, okay, it's not at 0%, the other boss will stay alive as well. So both bosses must be reduced to no health before they will both die. Because of this, we want to try to balance the DPS so that both bosses get downed at about the same time. Okay, if one of the sides have a lot of firepower, like 5 parties on one side and 1 party on the other side, the 1 party boss is gonna stay alive for a long time, and the 5 party boss is gonna be stuck facing their boss, which doesn't die until the 1 party side kills their boss. Hence, we need to balance the side. You know, the other thing to mention, I haven't mentioned this already, but don't fall off the platform. Okay, don't fall off this starting platform until everyone is ready, because once you jump off this platform, you cannot come back here. Okay, this is why we need to form all our Logos actions at the start. Okay, we need to prepare everything at the start. Oh wow. Okay, what? And then we can't come back up here later on. Okay, my game just like did some rubber band. There's some latency going on, but it should be fine. Okay. Now because of this, we need to split the teams to sort of even distribution. So you'll notice that in our yell chat, we are yelling out things like, okay, for example, Kelly shouts or yells 1, 2, 5, Owen, main tank. So 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS, which is what that number stands for, is going to the Owen side, which is on the Magia Melder side, and it will be the main tank. Okay, I'm main tanking for that party. Okay, other parties, for example, Gallant 1, 2, 3, Owen. So Gallant has 1 tank, 2 healers, 3 DPS going to Owen side. Okay, now for those parties who are not filled, y'all maybe like just try to fill up the parties lah. Just pick up all the stragglers. I think Azan's inside here as well. Quick, Gallant, grab him. We have 45, 40, 30, or less than 45. So yeah, not a full instance. But that's fine too. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's good. We can still do it, no problem.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, I'm just waiting for the people outside to say that all the portals are done.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually all the veterans, right, they'll just wait until everyone's gone in, and then see if there's leftover portals, they'll just take the remainder lah. If no one wants them, they'll take. If all the portals are taken, then they'll just okay, that's it, and just go off and enjoy their Saturday. Okay. What else? So party comms, set up your logograms. Okay, now for parties, ideally any of the veterans, right, y'all should mark your side that you're going off on with a way mark. So for my party, y'all can see there's this A marker here, right? This is our side. This is to make sure that no one jumps off the wrong side. If someone drops off the wrong side, they'll be stuck without their party fighting the first pair of bosses, which is bad. Because if they're not healer, then they're not gonna get any heals. So please be careful not to drop off the wrong side. Now, once you are done organizing your logos actions, now in BA here, if you notice our Hydatos timer, just below it there's a Conquer the Baldesion Arsenal timer. It's currently sitting at about 18 minutes. So this timer is our time limit here. I'll try to go a bit faster to beat this timer. But if we run out of time, we will all get kicked out. So I'll try to expedite things a little bit. Okay, and plus no one likes to sit through my sermons. They always I talk a lot. So I'll try to speed things up a bit. Okay, now once your party is ready, do a ready check. Congregate or assemble around on the correct side to make sure that everyone knows which side you're jumping off on. And then once everyone's ready for that party, you can just drop off as a party. Okay, in a party level, the whole party can just jump off. Okay, so my party, we are ready. We will drop off first. This signifies that one party is ready. If I'm the main tank, I'll usually wait for another party to be ready. With at least two parties ready, I will just proceed and start pulling. Okay, but in this case, I think no need to wait too long. Okay, do note once again we're still trying to beat the timer. Okay, but starting off, we'll just ready check. Everyone's ready in a party level. Drop off. Make sure you drop on the correct side, and then once we have two or more parties ready, we will start to pull the trash mobs. Okay, now I'm gonna just begin pulling on my side. Okay, the art side. Good luck. Okay, I think Tatsu's main tanking on that side, so just go ahead. Okay, now for trash mobs in BA. One very important thing to point out is that you don't want to pull the enmity of the trash mob. Okay, because in BA, if you are new, you are not geared, and you are not on defensive Magia, there's a chance, there's a likelihood the mobs can one-shot you. If they hit you once, you will take like 80 or 90% of your health off. They hit you again, you die. So 2 auto attacks, you die. Be very careful not to pull enmity off tanks. If you accidentally face pull things, run away. The tanks will try to quickly grab enmity off you lah. If the tanks are not paying attention or not alert, then unfortunately you get backed, and if you get hit twice, you probably die. Okay, some of the mobs one-shot you also lah, so just be very careful about it. So try not to face pull, try not to accidentally tag mobs that are not being targeted by the tanks as well. Okay, and we just tank and spam the initial pack of trash mobs. Nothing really special about these.
One of my party went to the wrong side. So
okay, who is it?
For Chris.
Yeah,
Chris.
thanks. Yeah. So on the Kellen, you're on which side?
Owen.
Okay, so the
art, right?
art side, can y'all just help to keep an eye out for that player? Like some of
What's
the
the name? What's the name, Galen?
Valchris.
Valchris. Okay, Valchris. Yeah, so just look out for Valchris lah. Just keep them alive. Some healers help to babysit them a bit lah. Thank you. Okay, for the trash mobs, the two mobs at the top of the stairs, which is the Bibblosses, okay, they look like half minotaurs. I don't know how to describe them. Okay, they're actually called half behemoths. They're actually called appenders. Okay, they're called appenders. But basically, these Bibblosses do a very, very nasty front and or rear cleave attack that comes out nearly instantaneously. You don't want to be standing in front or behind of them. Okay, the front is where the tank is standing, so don't stand with the main tank. The back is obviously the rear lah. Okay, so just be careful of those. Okay, I see a lot of people get cleaved by these.
I don't know if it's just my bad memory, but all the mobs have the same element.
There's usually ice and earth here lah.
Yeah,
It's ice and earth only.
I haven't been knowing in a while.
It's the same for both sides actually.
I swear, I used to switch my Geomander around. I don't
We
know.
will switch between ice and earth lor. Like ice, earth. The first one, the wall is earth, then the Megai and the frog is ice, and then after the Biblos
I
is
didn't
earth
tag
again.
the frog. I didn't tag the frog.
So we will be switching up and down lah. Okay. Owain has arrived. Okay, now yeah, sorry, Tatsuya, say something?
Art has arrived.
Okay, nice. Okay, now usually once the parties have arrived at their respective bosses, you will see someone yell or sorry, not yell, shout out, like what Dix has said, Owain, 100%. So what happens? What this means is that the alliances have arrived at their respective bosses. Now, because it's a practice run, I will briefly explain the mechanics. Now, for Owain's side, very easy. You're on the easier side. If Owain is fire, you go to ice spear. If Owain is ice, you go to fire spear. If you get the triangle marker above your head with no puddle, no AoE on your feet, you stack together. It's the loneliness mechanic. It's the one that you need to stack together one. Stack with other players with the triangle marker. If you have the triangle marker and the AoE on your feet, you bring it out. Don't hit anybody else with it. That is Owain. Very easy. Just follow everyone. Okay, now art side. Art is a bit more complicated. Art will do a point blank or a donut AoE, and the spears on the edges of the arena will do the same thing after he does his own. So if he does a point blank, the spears will do a point blank afterwards. If he does a donut, the spears will do a donut afterwards. Now, by right, okay, technically speaking, if he does a point blank, you run out, and then the moment the AoE telegraph disappears, you run into the boss to stack on his hitbox to avoid the point blank coming out from the spears. Now, there's a safe spot in between the spears on the outer edge as well. So if you see some people running to the edge, there's a safe spot for the point blank there as well. But it must be directly in between two spears at the edge of the arena to avoid getting clipped by the point blank. Now, for the donut, you run in to avoid the donut coming out from the boss, and then you run out to any of the four spears to avoid the donut coming out from the spears. Now, for the donut AoE, there's also another safe spot. If you run all the way out to any of the spears and stay closer to the outer edge, you will avoid the donut coming out from the boss. Okay, you can see there's a telegraph. And then because you're already at the spear, you can avoid the donut coming out from the spear as well. Okay, people with latency, you might want to use these alternative safe spots for art side, because art is unforgiving in the sense that if you are slow to run or move, you will get clipped by the AoEs. Getting hit 3 times is instant death. Okay, there'll be a doom marker, you get a doom stack, and then you just die. So try to avoid getting clipped. Now, later on when the floor flashes, okay, there's this move called Legendary Gears. You need to stop moving. If you move, you will get slowed. Okay, you get heavied, and then there'll be a line AoEs coming out after that mechanic. You need to move out of the line AoEs, but because you're heavied, it's hard to walk out of it. So try to avoid moving during that time. Okay, Tatsu will call out stop moving, and then art side stop moving. You just stop moving. Okay, so this is it for the explanations for Art and Owain. Ready? We will start at ET 0620. Okay, 0620 for Art and Owain. Okay, we are down to about 10 minutes, but these boss fights usually take about 3 minutes or so. Okay, shouldn't take too long. Okay, but just
You hear me right for outside.
Okay, now those who cannot hear Tatsu, just
Let me up.
increase the volume for Tatsu so that you all can hear the callouts for art side. Okay, generally speaking, I won't be speaking much for Owain side because there's really nothing to call. It's easy. So mostly the callouts will be for art side. Just listen up for those. Now, for limit break, if you have LB2 at 0618, fire off a range or caster LB. If you have LB1, 0619, fire off the range or caster LB. Okay, if you don't use it, it will be wasted. So just someone fire it off. Okay, just use it if you see no one is using it. Nice. We are starting at DCXX. LB1. And let's go. Okay, make sure you rotate your Mega to the correct element. For Owain side, there will be some Mega rotation because he changes element mid-fight. So just remember to rotate your Mega. Okay, the first 2 mechanics will usually be a Tank Buster and a Raid. Why just heal and shield through?
Well,
Okay,
Dix, you're transmitting.
background.
No cheer, guys. The fuck?
Oh, wait,
Owen, go
what?
to ice. Owen, go to ice.
Go out and then come back in after. Come in. Everyone come in. Stay inside first, after that then go to spears. Go to spears, go to any spears.
Okay, wrong side.
Yeah.
Fire. Don't hit everyone.
I was
I
debating on prep,
Stop
but
moving. Stop moving. After that dodge.
Nice.
oh, wait,
You save
wow.
I know, right? Like, people
Yeah.
just here, like, going to
We skip legendary gear, saving some people. Very nice.
There is one trap ahead during the hallway for both Art and Owen side, so be
Yeah,
careful.
don't move past the top of the stairs, please. Just let the perceptions do their job. Yeah.
Or just let the Popolos run in first, and then they can set the trap for us. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
I
That's the best.
When you
That's
look
the
at
best
the Popolos
outcome.
standing
so
next to the trap,
toxic.
be careful. Yeah.
Up the walls, once you get in, there are 4
Just-
traps here.
Let the perceptions do their job. Try to stick to the walls. Yeah.
Yeah, the glowy things are basically the traps. Now, at the top of this hallway, there's a single treasure coffer, right? This treasure coffer is personal, and it's the same thing for all the treasure coffers in BA. All treasure coffers here are personal. You need to grab your own treasure coffer to get your own rewards. Oh, someone pulled the
Ooh.
Centaur casting berserk. Okay, nice. Thank you. Kill the Centaur first. Kill Centaur
Yeah.
first.
Kill him.
Yeah, okay, now, just be careful about pulling mobs here lah. This could have gone badly if the Centaur wasn't slapped. Okay, now, here in this hallway, right, there's just 4 traps in a square pattern, and we're just gonna dispatch the mobs. Grab your treasure coffer, avoid stepping on the traps, and then we're just gonna dispatch the mobs systematically. Do note that for these mobs, nothing really special except for the Centaur, which we actually pull one. The Centaur will cast Berserk after like 1 GCD, and then if the Berserk cast goes off, right, it gets a massive damage up buff, and then the tanks cannot tank it anymore without tank inbound. So we need to interrupt the Berserk cast, but the Centaurs cannot be stunned, they must be slapped. So usually a healer or a caster, okay, usually a healer, because healer single target heal, sleep. A healer will sleep the Centaur as it is casting Berserk. Okay, but don't spam the sleep early, because you'll get immune to it, you'll resist the sleep. Now, the other thing to mention is this door over here. You'll notice that usually the main tanks will face it away from the alliance because it does terrifying glance, which is a massive frontal conal attack. Generally, we will just kill it before it happens, but just avoid the front if that ever happens.
Is cushion pad?
Yeah,
Cushion pad
the
is fine.
tanks help to grab it.
Yeah, I
no
have it,
worries.
it's
Yep.
fine.
So generally for our sort of practice runs, the veterans will be pulling the mobs. Okay, me as the main tank, I'll be just like peeling the mobs off one at a time. Any sub tanks, STs in other parties, generally they are babysitting duty. So like what Tasu just did no, if someone accidentally pull a mob, sub tanks just get ready to step in and grab the mob off whoever pulled it. Okay, if usually the aggro will go to the healer. Even though the DPS pulled it, the healer will naturally generate enmity off the DPS. So the healers will die first. So tanks will usually try to step in and grab the mobs whenever they can. As a tank, even if you're not on defensive, you will generally survive a few hits, 1 to 2 hits if you are geared even more than that. So the tanks usually step in first.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, then... Oh, nice.
Yeah.
If mobs die like that, right, it means that somebody was using Death L,
Yeah.
which helps a lot with going faster in trash. Okay, Death L is a not 100% success rate, but when it hits, it will just insta-kill the mob
Oh.
Yes, Chuck Brenda. Okay, now, next, this is Raiden. Okay, welcome to Raiden. Raiden's the second boss in this Baldesion arsenal. Raiden's a Thunder expected mob. Okay, and Tatsu will be main tanking it. So Tatsu, you're main tank. Okay, all the other tanks, turn off your tank stances. Now, Raiden, mechanics, there's only two mechanics that I'll explain here. Now, the first is called the lateral slash or lateral cleave. What happens is that Raiden will disappear from the arena and we will all stack in the middle. Puddles will appear below randomly selected players, but because we're all stacked in the center, a large number of puddles will appear in the center. Now, shortly after Raiden disappears, right, he will appear on either the east or the west side of the arena. We will need to turn and face him. He will raise his sword on either his left or his right. And shortly after, he will cleave through the arena, killing anybody hit on the center or on the side his sword is pointing at. So if he raises his sword on his left, anybody who runs to that side will die. We all need to step out of the puddles and run towards the safe side. Okay? Now, if you're unsure which is the safe side, just observe where everybody is going. We will all be going in the same direction. If you see a few people running off in the wrong direction, don't follow them. Follow the majority of the players. Now, players who run off in the wrong direction, quickly realize you're going in the wrong way, turn around and run back. Being careful to avoid the puddles first. If you get hit by the puddles and you die, and your spirit procs and Raiden cleaves you, you die again. His sword goes through everything. You can't tank inbound, you can't rest immunity it as well. It kills you if he touches you. So please be careful not to die in the puddles. Okay, my pro tip is to step out of the puddles first by running towards Raiden, then go to the safe side. Okay, spend a bit of time. You have like a few seconds to quickly move to the safe side. Okay, you don't need to run all the way to the edge. Just slightly off to the off from the center, and it should be fine. Okay, but usually we just run all the way to the edge to be very safe lah. Okay, this is the lateral slash. Now the second mechanic is cloud to ground. Raiden will cast a single Exer Flare. Now, an Exer Flare is a traveling AoE. Okay, it's one of those AoEs with an arrow in it. We will look for that first Exer Flare. When it starts traveling, we will stand at where it spawned because that spot is going to be safe. We will stack together. Puddles will appear below everyone again. Once we see Bitter Barb's cast go off, okay, the puddles will appear. Exer Flares will be traveling. And some random players will be tethered to each other with a barbed tether. Split that tether ASAP. Okay, if you get tethered for too long, you will start to take a heavy bleed dot, and you will both die. So split that tether as soon as you can. Okay, do note that you'll be popping sprint, running around, avoiding the Exer Flares, avoiding the puddles, and trying to split the tethers. Now, at the end of all of it, main tank will try to pull Raiden to the center. Everyone come back into Raiden's hitbox because he follows up with Whirling Zantetsuken, which is a donut AoE. The only safe spot is inside his hitbox. Okay, the only safe spot is inside his hitbox. Okay, so that's the mechanics for Raiden. Okay, I will be doing callouts for this fight, so just listen to the callouts and try your best lah. Okay, so we will start at ET 0950. Okay, 0950. Okay, rotate your Mega to the correct element. Raiden is Thunder expected, so you should be on Earth for DPS. LB2 at 0948. LB1 at 0949. If necessary, you can put a cookie or marker above the main tank's head. Okay, although technically speaking, it's not necessary for Raiden, but we will need it for later on as well, so you might as well just do it now. Okay, waymarks and signs are party specific in BA, so only your party can see. Help by marking the main tank for the rest of your party members. Okay, now we'll be starting shortly, so just get ready, listen to callouts, and we'll be fine. LB2 if you have it, LB1, and main tank established. Now we will start off by pulling Raiden to the edge of the arena for his first mechanic. Okay, tanks, make sure your stances are off unless you are Tatsu. This is a red wide. And he does a tank buster after that. CML, very nice. I should think of some PT that spells out something. I know, right? But I have no knowledge of Roman numerals.
100,000. Oh yeah, I can't read it.
Later lah, later. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, everyone who's range and caster can start running backwards. Max range, max range. Okay, now everybody max range. Everybody start running backwards, including the mid tank. Radiant will jump backwards and we'll step inside his hitbox. Go inside his hitbox for this mechanic. Anybody standing outside instantly dies. Okay, any of his sword attacks will one-shot you basically. Okay, now he's disappearing. We are stacking in the middle for lateral slash. He appears on either the east or the west. He's on the west. Look at him. Run to his left. They run out of the puddles, go to the safe side. Now those running on the wrong side.
Charity's dead.
Yeah, he's dead already. Okay, never mind. This is the example. Okay, Charity is just there to demonstrate what happens when you get creeped by Raiden's sword. So don't worry about it, Charity. We'll pick you up later, no worries.
Yes, it's the lag.
I'll show you the school of truth.
Great
Okay,
demonstration, bro. Thank you.
Spread out lightly. Light spread. Just spread out first. There'll be AoEs. Just don't stack them. Don't get hit by two.
Fuck.
Yep. Just spread them out. I know, right? Because
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys, man? Seriously.
Yeah.
Hi, Killy.
Oh,
I don't know. I think we're just mental, bro.
This
We're
is
just
like
ill.
super rare. Me here and Killiko don't come with us very often.
I'll buy you anything, Alpha. I promise.
Greet here, Fango.
Very funny.
The bruise.
Yeah,
It's not the same without BBD.
I know, right? Beauty is now moved to.
Careful, cult to ground.
I think we just commit lah.
We just kill it. Commit. Just kill.
Yeah, should be
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. With
Fine.
you.
Where is
DPS
BBD?
is awesome.
What you're
For
doing?
healers who are using sacrifice, please remember to yell out first so that you don't overlap. And for other people that are not doing sacrifice business, please move forward.
Oh goodness. Oh, I just got the great Setsu thingy.
Nice.
What did I play? Yeah.
Where is BBD,
Great
Kelly?
Shin. She might be just tired because Vidal's like been dragging it at 8S.
She mostly does material.
In Materia, she does
Content
raid
now.
here with us, and then she also does raid in Materia. You can just imagine. She's got no more energy. Wait. Oh yeah, they raised. That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, so like what Tatsu mentioned, right? For healers, okay, for healers, usually what we do is when we want to rest somebody, right, we will yell out their name first and then say that you are using sacrifice L, because there's a rare occurrence where two healers can sacrifice the same player, right, and then they both die. It has happened before, so just be very careful about it, lah. We just want to avoid that from happening. Okay, now up the stairway or stairwell, there's another hallway here. Now this hallway has a single bleed trap in it, so we are trying to avoid running in blindly until we can discover the trap. Okay, just so you all know, there's actually two types of traps in DA. The big glowy ones are explosive traps. Those kill you when you step in it. Okay, it does 99999 damage. Okay, you can't survive it. Then there are these smaller ones, right, which is the one we see here. Okay, there's only one here, so it's now been discovered, so it's quite safe to run around here. Just watch out for the door running, patrolling the hallway. Okay, now the bleed trap, if you step in it, you will take a bleed for 1 minute, which cannot be as soon as, so you need to just heal through it. And you will take a damage up, okay, a vulnerability debuff for 10 minutes, so that one's nasty. Just be careful not to step in it. But it's not lethal, so sometimes you see like. Okay, actually I shouldn't say that. The material people like to pop bleed traps for fun, but it's just detrimental to.
Just warn your healer if you're gonna do something like that.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
You'll end up being dead.
Just be careful, just be careful. Okay, now up this stairwell, there's another. There's a treasure coffer at the very end, but it's there's a trap in front of it, so don't just run up and treasure shiny, then just run up and touch it and step on the trap. Oh yeah, I see that.
Aki,
Do what I did,
it
guys.
scares me.
Okay, the other thing to mention is that for traps, especially the big explosive ones, right, you want to stay far away from them, because if somebody accidentally steps in it, right, even though we can see it, it will take out that person and anybody standing next to it as well. So we usually give it a white buff because there have been cases where people accidentally step in traps. Okay, like someone auto run and then they look away and then
Hey,
they run
Aki
into the
needs
trap.
help. Aki needs help. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he rests. That's okay.
Oh.
Uh,
I
Yep.
got it.
Yep.
We just pull the mobs. It's fine. No worries.
See, this is a prime example of what can happen. It's not a what not to do because you really can't, like, the mobs themselves inside the room will turn in all sorts of different directions. So sometimes when people are using perception, they will get hit by the mobs when they suddenly turn around. So it's
Despite
okay,
BA is
Aki.
unfair.
Yeah, it's not like they did something wrong. It's just RNG, really. Like you step in a little bit too far and turn around at the same time, and you've got to go in one direction or the next.
Yeah, one shot
Just
everything
happened.
for no reason.
We'll clear the hall.
It's bullshit.
That's what you say, but then Aki should know better.
Yes.
No, it's okay lah. Daijoubu. That's not to say. Daijoubu. We all make mistakes before, so it's okay.
Yeah. Like Shark's being knocked off a platform.
I make mistakes on purpose.
Because he didn't stand in the right position. Pew!
And what?
Your life is a mistake.
Yes. What? What's that? I heard that, Garen. I heard that.
Yeah.
You heard nothing.
Just don't blame me if like your internet goes out later.
It's okay, I use wireless.
It's totally his fault.
Wow, wireless.
Oh yeah, that's holy dude. There's still no cables.
I was about to say there's gonna be a cable somewhere that's connected to it.
Looks like I have to take out your entire areas.
Something that
right.
a shark will never.
Right. I
got it.
Don't tag mobs before the tank does, please,
No,
because they
uh,
will
I
you.
think
Or
that
the
one is
sprite. The
yeah.
sprite is if you cast magic near a sprite, it will aggro onto you. So just be wary of the sprites lah. Yeah. So that one, don't worry about it. I saw you get hit, but then you survived it, so that's
Yeah.
all. It's all good.
It's good.
Right.
I'll go back to Stone first since got treasure there.
Ah yes, okay.
Yeah.
Now okay, I'll explain the 6 rooms here lah. Now here right, there's actually 6 elemental rooms, and we're looking for 2 things. One of them is a visible treasure coffer. So it's been found in the stone room, so we will be doing the stone room first. There's also a hidden invisible teleporter that we cannot see. So what we need to do is we will clean out the rooms systematically. Doing the stone room first for the treasure coffer, and then afterwards we will like go through each of the rooms to scan for the teleporter lah.
Okay.
We will need to dispatch the mobs inside the rooms, and do note that some of these rooms have traps in them as well. So ideally don't run into the rooms, let the perceptors scan for the traps first. Okay, just for information, earth and fire has 0 traps. Wind and thunder, which are the middle rooms, have 1 trap each, and then ice and water has 2 traps at the end of the hallway. Okay, now grab your treasure coffer. I think there's no teleporter here.
What's next?
And
Yeah,
then
ice
just go
water.
to ice and water.
Ice and water.
Because you're using Indom, right? So you need
Don't pop the traps in those ones yet.
I can pull everything.
can.
Popotolix. Water.
Alright. Okay, water mobs have a very nasty pizza slice telegraph, and they cannot be interrupted. So you are either very, very near them or very, very far away from them. Don't be like
Pulling it out,
mid-range.
don't hold you, pulling it out.
Cannot stun anyway lah, so holy doesn't work. So yeah, just go ahead. Just watch out for the pizza slice. Yeah, just this massive pizza slice. Be very careful. It's killed quite a number of people already. Okay, nice. Okay, 2 traps in these rooms, and if there's no
That's
portal,
fine.
there's no need to run in. There's no need to go
Yeah.
in, guys. If there's no portal, we just avoid stepping in.
Yep.
Okay, we'll do ice room next. Thanks, Aki. Ice also has 2 traps. Okay, do note that traps in BA, just for information, generally speaking, there are some users for it, but it's a very niche use lah. Tanks will want to use the traps for
Oop,
A
portal.
special action
Portal
called
found.
Portals and
Indomitable.
ice.
Nice. Okay, I'll just clear the mobs and then step into the portal. Let's go. Now, going through the portal, there'll be another treasure coffer on the right. This one has no traps, so just go ahead and grab it. It's safe. And then we'll go down the stairwell. There'll be another hall with more mobs, another bleak trap, and same thing. We just tank, spank, dispatch mobs. Another set of 6 rooms at the end. It's like they copy and pasted the whole thing. So, you know, SE, small indie company. Okay, now, after we clear this hallway, once again, don't step into the hallway until the trap has been found. And let the tanks pull the mobs into the stairwell.
Yep.
Okay, now, after we clear this hallway, there will be another set of 6 rooms with 1 trap in each room, and in the center of each room, there's a button. What we need to do later on is we're going to split up into 6 different parties, and each party will have 1 tank and healer, preferably, and they will tank the rooms. Now, what's going to happen is that once we assign parties to each room, and 1 person per room step in. Oh, there's a lot of mobs.
Please.
Tanks help to tank.
I'm sleeping the doll. Please don't touch it.
Alright, thanks. Just
Oi.
okay, watch out for the
Okay.
glance. Yeah, there's too many different elements.
And raid wides, lots of raid wides. Lots of raid wides from the doll next.
Okay, scary to see.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Just heal Trolla.
Yeah. This is the reason why we say don't go into the room, because it's pretty dangerous and things like this can happen.
Messy, I died.
Yeah. Maybe got
Pull
another.
off.
Okay, traps over there.
Everywhere.
Yeah, go step in it. No lah, don't.
No.
Don't
Okay.
So many random elements.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can Shukuchi over it. Haha.
Somebody just me. Oh my
Oh, no.
god.
That's There's Lolly. Slap.
Oh, it's
I was
Lolly?
The wrong person. No way. See lah.
I'm at the back of the group. I can only see so
Photos
many
too small.
people's
Photos
names.
too small. Cannot put on them.
I'm more getting stuck for that though.
I know, right? Cause photos too small.
Yeah.
Literally too small. I can't click on them.
I don't have. Oh. Okay.
Well.
You blame me, I do nothing wrong.
Sure.
Oh,
for that.
yes.
I see a lot of popotos.
Yeah. Okay. So here the 6 rooms, right? What we're gonna do is parties, right, will start to yell out their party comps and an element. So like Kelly 1 to 5 stone. That means my party 1 tank 2 healer 5 DPS will be taking the stone room. Galen 1 to 4 fire. That means his party 1 tank 2 healer 4 DPS will take the fire room. So in your individual parties, right, just agree to choose a room. It doesn't really matter. They're all the same. They're all the same,
Yeah.
to be honest. Just pick a room lah. We just need to assign 1 tank and 1 healer per room, and then later we just tank and spank. Okay, the tanks will put on their defensive magia and tank stances, and then the healers will just keep the tanks alive. Okay, and then we'll just tank and spank the mobs in the rooms. Now at the same time, the area outside of BA, okay, the Hydatos instance, there'll be another fate that spawns called the support fate. And the support fate, what happens is that the people outside will help to kill the fate. I think you all might have seen it before as well, if you have been outside during a BA run. And once they clear the fate outside, another 8 new portals will appear. Now these 8 new portals will allow 8 new people to enter into BA and join us in the run for boss 3 and boss 4 onwards. So it's actually a way for people to shortcut and come in midway through the run. So if like you missed the earlier portals, or your friends want to join now, they can quickly come in now before the support phase starts, right? And then they can actually sneak into the run. But do note there's only 8 portals, so I think there's like how many people outside? Like, okay, not too many. About 18 to 20 people outside, and then some of those are not eligible to enter anyway. So there's quite a good chance for people to come in also. So
Yeah.
new portals outside, those people outside will fight for it lah. Okay, generally speaking, we don't arrange support as well. We just ensure that the people out there can get it done, and then they will just fight amongst themselves for the portals.
Is there anyone to take water? Hold on, I'm gonna look at the party list.
Beaks, what the fuck is that outfit? You look like a stripper, dude.
1 second. I think that's our party.
Oh, okay, thank you. Just let me know.
Just let me chat.
Yep.
Earthroom, the trap was popped, right? I think so.
Yeah, it just got popped. Yeah.
So be safe here. Okay, so just go to your own rooms. Just go to your own rooms. Tanks, turn on your tank stances and rotate your Magia to the room's element. So if you're in the earth room, the mobs will be earth aspected. If you're in the water room, the mobs will be water aspected, and so on and so forth. Just rotate the correct element. DPS, just rotate to the offensive element, help to kill the mobs later on. Okay, then just let the parties sort out the things. Do note here in the rooms, because Kelly's in the earth room, right, and she's doing organizing, you need to shout it out. She can't hear you from earth. So Kelly, you also should do the same. You should shout it out because the people at the other end cannot hear you. So you might need to shout lah.
Okay.
Yeah, like water and ice cannot hear us to be honest. So. Thank you. Okay lah. And then for the DPS and the healers, right, what you want to do is you want to go inside the room and stay in the corner, because what will happen is that there will be 2 mobs that spawn later on, and you don't want to face pull the mobs. You want to let the tanks pick them up. So tanks, ideally you try to pull them one at a time, but if an accident happens and your party member pulls the other one, don't just like, okay, you tank it, you spank it. No, you pull it, you tank it. Don't do that. Just grab the mob off of them to keep them, to make sure they don't die, and then you should be able to deal with 2 mobs as well. If you don't have a defensive logos action like you're on Marshallese, it should still be okay. Just a bit more spicy. The healer needs to top you up. That's all. Pop some mitigations, should be fine.
Queen,
Yep. I just
Queen.
need
can you scream?
No. Why?
I want to hear Trey's voice.
I
You scream for people to step on the portal.
Where's that little shit? Is he even? Oh, he is here.
Why the voice channel?
Scream if you want.
Is he even in here?
There he
Yeah.
is, little shit.
Yeah.
Hey, you fucking.
Hey.
Does that count?
Come.
Okay, I've got stone when I need red check on fire.
That's not gonna happen, dude.
Shark, cry, please.
Oh.
What's the count?
What the
yeah.
fuck was that?
I need a ready check on fire, please. Thank
Fire
you.
ready, fire ready.
Yeah, they just said it then. Alright, everyone's ready.
Okay lah, just be in your rooms in a corner if possible, preferably in a corner. Come in, guys, come in.
Fine.
Stay
Yes,
outside.
yes.
Guys still standing outside. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay lah. So everyone's ready. Dispel L is ready. We will start at ET 1650. If you'll be so kind. So at 1650, all the tanks will stand in their buttons. Once all 6 rooms have someone standing in it, the doors will close. So you'll be locked in the rooms with the mobs. Popotos, you'll be locked in here with me. And then tank and spank them. First party to kill the mobs and run to the front main door. Okay, the big ones, shout first and you win. Yeah. Don't ask me why. It just is. It's just like that.
It's just been a thing that's been like this for years.
Yeah.
So
Always
subtle
have the-
flex.
Door race. It's a door race. So do your best. Yeah, no, don't rush. Don't rush. And don't kill your tank.
Even though it's very tempting.
Yeah.
Do it, Kelly, do it.
Yeah, I know, right?
What is that? What's that?
Nothing, it's just us girls. Yeah.
I get ready my arms length, okay? Yes.
All the tanks, can you stand in the button?
Thank you.
Wow, who's there on the fire room? Jeez.
Helen?
I see him like teleporting, and I think my internet's like. Hey, why am my brethren chewing my cables?
Why are you chewing your own cables?
I know, right?
I'm good.
That's not. That's not how it's supposed to work.
Whoa.
Oops.
Yep, fine. Is your lag really that bad?
No, it's not really lagging. It's just that occasionally it will rubber band.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like stink tail again.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not just a dog or kitten attacking your land?
Think tell.
Stink tail,
Hey,
yeah.
you know, Singtel owns Optus in Australia.
Yeah, that's how
Like,
so.
That's
Like,
not funny.
like
Run,
legit.
run!
No.
Where
Damn
my
it.
sprint go?
Oh my god, guys, kill it. Who has Daz? We should like make that a prerequisite. Although Win being first is a pretty
big
good
flex.
merit. Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
He's gonna go run to the other side.
Popoto team.
Okay, looks like you guys win. Your prize is to be my lunch.
Goes for no team second. We've almost lost. Damn.
And I'm at the furthest, guys.
You running with your little potato legs, I can just imagine it. Red.
Now, if any of you see a treasure coffer here, right? It means that you've forgotten your return treasure coffer. Please remember pick it up.
Legit. Yeah.
We are back. We are retracing our steps through the Raiden arena, going up to the original set of 6 rooms. Okay, the first time I did this, I was very confused. Like, why is there so many 6 rooms? It was like 6 rooms, then teleport, then 6 rooms, and then go back up again, another 6 rooms. Like, wow, so many rooms. But it's actually the first set of 6 rooms. We are back, retracing our steps to the original set of 6 rooms. Now, here there will be new mobs that spawn, so we will be dispatching these mobs. Now, tanks, turn off your stances. Let the main tank. Here in this hallway, there will be 3 specific mobs that we need to pay attention to. Nothing special about these mobs. It's just that they tend to wander around. So the first one is the frog over here. So Tatsu, just go ahead, start pulling, and we'll just dispatch them. There's a frog. There's a Biblos, Bibliotaph, which is the book, and there's a centaur. These 3 mobs tend to wander around in this hallway. Sometimes walking into the rooms. So if they walk into the room and we don't notice that they are not there, and then we walk past the room and then they come back out of the room, right? They will start to attack players at the back, so which is nasty lah. So we try to pay attention to make sure we catch all these 3 mobs. So you can see the centaur is up ahead. The Bibliotaph is on the right. So it's
He's
okay
going. He's
He went
hiding.
to the room on
Good.
the right.
Right.
The room on the right, yeah.
For
Nice.
me, right. Okay, right. Yes.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Sneaky little shits.
Just like Trey.
No, Trey's just a little shit.
Sleep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
And here, I went to bed.
I know, right? That's what I was about to say. It's like, okay, slash those.
Oh.
So lame. Why you guys so lame, Aiya.
Usagi got it, right?
Nice.
What? Yep.
Yeah. I got it over.
Thank you. Okay, now, after this, right, we are gonna take a short break because we are waiting for the support fate peeps to come in. So what's happening is those guys outside are clearing the support fate, or I think they've already cleared it, and they'll have to wait for their 10-minute buff thingy as well. So they will have to wait for the buff timer, the portals to appear, red portals to appear. They'll come in, they'll do their logograms, and then they'll join us. They'll run all the way up here to join us. So we're waiting for 8 new people to join us. So at this point of time, right, it's X. Okay, it is 11:03 on my clock. So we will take a short break. Let's rest for a while. Be back by X07. Okay, X07. So about, that's too short. 1, 2, 1, 10. Okay, X10. So about 7 minutes break.
Yep.
Okay, be back in 7 minutes. I will begin the briefing in about 6 to 7 minutes. Okay, you can go for a break, bio break, water break, refill your coffee or tea, and then be back within 6 minutes from now. Do note, okay, if you're going to AFK for longer than 8 to 9 minutes, you will get auto kicked from the instance at 10 minutes. If you AFK for exactly 10 minutes, it will kick you out from the instance. So don't AFK for too long. Okay, so go for a short break. Be back in about 6 to 7 minutes. And I'll be right back as well.
No idea why the support takes so long.
Oh shit, Kirika. Yeah, you need to be careful.
Yeah, someone died, right?
Yeah,
Trigger
green pop it a bit too early.
Yeah, you pop it a bit early. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so
Sorry, I
one
didn't
thing you
realize
need to
Hello
see-
had that
yeah,
delay.
You need to see that they have the buff up first. That's why I always pop at 44, cause Hello Ground also got delay.
Usually, I think the person stepping into the trap, right, waits for the other players
Yeah.
to pop
We wait first, then the last person to pop the inval will step
or
in.
step in. Correct.
It's okay, be careful.
Yeah, just take note of it. No worries.
She's up already, it's fine.
Yeah,
Queen, you got reflect?
Huh?
Do
I
you
got-
have reflect?
No.
But we took the stone already. Yeah.
Yeah, we took the stone already. It doesn't work, yeah.
Do you ever remembered? Otherwise, you will miss. In AV.
Actually, I think that's okay lah. Like, no, remember, never mind lah. Just don't die lor. Just don't die.
Yeah, it's fine. Just don't empty later. Should we find out
Oh,
all
it's fine,
empties
it's
are
fine.
accounted for?
I got backup guardian and stuff, no worries.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
alright,
yeah.
I'm falling asleep.
Should do support Eva and gonna come in.
I'm doing support.
Then come in.
No.
If all 8 portals surround Ava, then he will come in.
Yeah, I will do it. I don't have stab anyway, so even if that,
So if a raid spawns beside you, you should come in, right?
if
If not, I'm gonna print out on a cardboard and I'll bring it on when we meet.
oh, why is this support so long? No shit, it dying.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh wait, no. Shark said, if someone says hello, I should say hi
I
back.
should say it
So-
back.
So hi back.
Hi, I'm back.
You back. But yeah, I'm back. Hi.
Welcome back.
Are we?
If
we're
you're
not using
Popoto, you
steps, right,
can join
for-
us.
Yeah, we're not using steps, right, for this one?
Yeah, no steps. But for
What?
support, if you want to step, go ahead lah. Cause there's only 8 portals.
Okay.
Popotos can join us. When they get
what
in
you
the
guys
pot.
need Actually, do you guys need a healer?
Or
DPS
recommended
have-
DPS. We have all the other slots accounted for, so recommended DPS.
But I have 3 of them are sacrifice though.
Then just
Then you
come
can
as
come
healer
as
lah.
healer
Yeah,
lor.
it's always okay to have more lah. Like if you are prepped for healer, then you just come
Then
as
just come
healer.
as healer. Yeah.
Then you just focus on DPSing. That's all.
If
It's
not, if you have like one empty, you can pop your remembered first and then come in with a DPS action. That is fine also.
fine. You won't need too many actions from this point onwards
AV
anyway.
onwards. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even
If
need refresh.
Yeah.
That's good. Is this a practice or clear already?
Learning run.
Oh, learning run. Okay.
The Saturday morning one always practice. It's always practice.
Okay.
Like it's
Saturday
never.
morning is where everyone is sleepy.
Yeah, this cannot be a normal run. Unless it's a team run, that's a team run.
Yeah.
Then maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Usually
That's the point.
CA always holds this on the end of the month.
You say that, but Ella's run is even earlier.
Fuck. That one is no sleep, guys.
At last run? No, that one is different. That's
That's expert.
that counts. That doesn't count as a morning because you haven't actually gone to bed, right? Like,
You don't need to wake up, you don't sleep.
no, I mean, okay.
I think that time it was at like fucking 5-6 a.m. That was like
6 a.m. is very long ago already. It's like
yeah.
years ago already. We don't do that anymore, guys. The age has caught up.
Cannot must sleep.
Actually, you still young.
uncles.
Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't slept yet, right, it still counts as the same day. Like Tuesday 3 a.m. right, still counts as Monday. You know what I mean?
So
'Cause
if
you
you
haven't
never
slept.
sleep for like 1 week, it still counts as a week before lah.
No. Once it crosses over the following day, 12 noon, right, it's no longer the previous day anymore. Yeah. But that's if you didn't sleep. So it's like 7 a.m. the next day, it still counts as the previous day. I guess maybe sunrise lah. Don't say 12 noon. Maybe sunrise. 7 a.m. is the latest. It will count as the previous day. Then after it's the next day already. No matter whether you sleep or not. Okay lah. It's 11:10 already by my clock. Okay, thanks.
Oh, baby.
Oh, they all just clear the support field. Okay, never mind. I'll just do
They
the
cleared it
explanation
long
now.
time ago.
No, not very long ago. Not very long ago. It's like a
9
few
minutes
minutes.
ago.
Yeah.
I think blue just spawned up based on what Trey was saying.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like 3 or 4 minutes ago only. Or maybe slightly more. Okay lah. Okay, anyway, to save time, I'll just begin explanations. I guess the support people come in, they're not new lah, so they don't need to listen. Okay, now, okay, hopefully most of you are back from your break already. It's been about 7 minutes. Okay, once again, gentle reminder, if you actually have been AFK for this entire time, just kindly, move your character a little bit to prevent AFK kicking. And I'm gonna explain from for the second half of BA. Okay, now we have reached the midpoint, so to speak, the midpoint. We are now left with 3 more encounters. Absolute Virtue, which is the third boss. There'll be 2 trash mobs after this, and then Osma, which is the final boss. Okay, the reason why we're here. Now from this point onwards, all DPS are to switch out their plate bearers and switch over to DPS wisdoms. Okay, I hope you guys have prepared some. Okay, so generally speaking, wisdom of the elder for casters, fiend hunter for range DPS, duelist for melee DPS. One of these 3 is preferable because these are the better DPS wisdoms. But in a pinch, if you have skirmisher, works as well. Okay, skirmisher is just slightly less potent, 20% increase only instead of the 40 or 35 or whatever you get from the other actions. But any DPS increase is better than no DPS increase. Okay, this only applies to DPS players. Healers is okay to stay as plate bearer if you are not certain. Okay, you're not confident with the mechanics. Okay, now the reason for this is simply because from this point onwards, boss 3 and boss 4, AV and Osma, failure to handle mechanics, right, just kills you. You have plate bearer, doesn't save you either. Like you stand the wrong color, you just die. So even you have plate bearer, you just die. So no point having plate bearer for DPS from this point onwards. There are some like niche scenarios where it might help you like red white the healer did, but then if that happens, we screwed anyway so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so do switch over to your DPS wisdoms. Okay, and then there will be DPS checks for the last 2 bosses. AV is a 7 minute 30 second long boss fight. Ozma is a 10-minute, 30-second long. Okay, they both enrich at this time. So we need to push DPS as much as we can to help with the clears. Okay, not to mention the faster we kill it, the less mechanics we see, less people die. Now, I'll give brief explanations for AV. Now, the first thing first is that AV is a wind aspected boss, so rotate your Magia to the correct element. Okay, the main tank should be on wind, all the other DPS should usually be on ice. Okay, to burn against wind. Certain actions like perception, refresh. Okay, technically healers can drop refresh already. And some of the other actions we no longer need. Okay, because from this one onwards there are no more traps, and then we will not be doing much Mega rotation anymore. So usually for most players, they will switch their plates, okay, their logos actions to a different set for boss 3 and boss 4 onwards. Okay, now AV itself. AV's major mechanic is called Eidos, and what happens is that he has bracelets and a halo above his head. Okay, bracelets on his wrist and a halo above his head of either a light or dark color. And based on that color, we need to go to the opposite color. Okay, now his mechanic manifests in two different ways. Okay, the first is puddles of both colors will appear on the arena, and you need to run away from the dangerous color. Okay, the dangerous color is the color of his bracelet. So it's either a light or a dark color. So if it's okay, for this explanation's example, I will assume he has dark color bracelets. So if he puts puddles around the arena, we need to move away from the dark colored puddles, usually standing beside a light colored puddle or a safe colored puddle, either at the edge of the arena or between, okay, in the crack, okay, in between two of the safe colored puddles. Okay, either these two spots. If you're unsure where to go, follow everybody else. Okay, most, if not everyone, will be running to the safe spots. Just follow them and stack tightly with them. Okay, after a short while, the dangerous color puddles will expand, and all the puddles will explode. Okay, you are not supposed to be standing on a puddle when it explodes, but it is okay to run over a puddle to get to the safe spot. Just quickly step over it if necessary, and then run to find a safe spot, stack with everyone else tightly, and then wait for the puddles to expand and all the puddles to explode. Okay, this is the first one. Now the second mechanic is Impact Stream, and he will split the arena into two halves, light and dark half. We need to be on the correct half, the safe half. Okay, if he is dark, we need to go to light. If he's light, we need to go to dark. I will call these out. Go to light, or go to dark, go to dark. Everyone should be on the safe half. Do note that midway through the fight, AV will disappear. He will be invulnerable. He will summon 3 clones, and each of these clones will fire off one impact stream, one after the other. We will be stacking in the middle and doing them 1, 2, and 3, okay, respectively. Okay, we just do left, light or dark, light or dark, light or dark. Okay, and then healers just heal through. We will generally rotate to defensive Magia for that section of the fight, just to mitigate some of the incoming damage. Okay, now the third and most important mechanic is Turbulent Aether. Now, Turbulent Aether will tether 8 randomly selected players, except the main tank, with an op and a tether. Now, this op and tether will be a light or dark color. If Turbulent Aether goes out, or should I say when Turbulent Aether goes out, all players need to stop and identify if they are tethered. If they are tethered, they need to deal with the mechanic. If they fail to deal with the mechanic, it will damage them as well as anyone else around them. So if someone fucks up, you can die because of their fuck up. So please be very careful not to mess up the mechanic. Okay, this is the reason why BA is so tough, because even if you did everything correctly, you can still die, okay, because someone else made a mistake. So try to pay attention to these specific mechanics, which I will point out during the explanations. Okay, now for Turbulent Aether, if you are tethered to a, let's assume that you have a dark orb and tether. Okay, the orb and tether will be the same color, so let's assume it's dark. You need to run to a puddle of the opposite color. There will be exactly 8 puddles of the correct colors for the 8 players who are tethered. You need to find a light puddle, stand in it, wait for the orb to touch you or contact you, it will explode. But because you're in the puddle, it will mitigate most of the damage incoming. Anyone else near you when the orb explodes will still eat the damage. So
Sorry.
they need to be careful not to be near you when you are dealing with the mechanic. Now, generally speaking, everyone else will be stacked in the center. Okay, so the players with the orb and tether will be running around the outer edges, which is where the puddles are located. So just handle your mechanic. Okay, don't okay, the worst thing to happen is someone doesn't realize they have the orb and tether, and then they just stand in the middle with everyone else, and the orb just touches them and it explodes, severely damaging or killing players which are all stacked in the middle. Okay, that's the worst case scenario. Okay, so generally speaking, we just want to pay attention to the mechanic and just handle the mechanic. Once the orb has exploded, the mechanic has been resolved, come back to the party for heals. Okay, so this is the Turbulent Aether mechanic. It's generally the most dangerous one because players can kill other players. PvP, it's BA PvP. Okay, now there will also be some other things to add on here. There will be adds in this fight. The adds will be thunder aspected. So if adds appear, we need to focus down the adds fast. Okay, all the DPS rotate your Mega to Earth to burn against thunder, kill the adds, then rotate back to Ice to burn against AV. Okay, so there will be some Mega rotation in this fight. Okay, if you have Def L can work on adds. Okay, if you have a Def L and you just like swift cast or just cast and it sticks, it hits the ad and the ad dies, it's a massive DPS increase because we don't need to burn the ad down in that case. It immediately dies. Okay, so try to use it if you have it. The other thing to point out here is that Tatsu, okay, where's Tatsu? Where's my Popoto?
On the floor.
Come to the front.
Coming.
I cannot see you, and you sit on the floor also I can't see you because like your Popotos are damn small. Okay. So if you all see Tatsu, right? Tatsu is jumping at the front here. Now Tatsu will be the main tank for this fight. And in this fight, tank busters it's an AoE centered on the main tank. When I say tank buster, move away from main tank. Move away from the main tank. If you're standing next to the main tank, when the tank buster is coming in, you're gonna eat the tank buster with the main tank, so you're gonna die. Okay, ideally, Tatsu as the main tank will try to move away from other people as well. But if there's no space, nowhere else to run to, then she's forced to hit somebody, then that's too bad for you. Try to move away from the main tank, give the main tank some space. Okay, it usually happens along with the other mechanics. Okay, so usually there'll be a Turbulent Aether, Tether, check for Tether, Wyverns or adds are incoming, burn the adds, tank buster on the main tank. All of these happen at the same time, so just be very careful about it. Okay?
Does anyone still have possession? Because I think we need to fish for a bit of traps.
Then let's just settle the traps first, then we can get started after this.
I don't think so.
Don't have
They probably swapped it out when you told them.
Yeah, that's why. Okay never mind.
You can
Just like, immunity and just like run around together.
I guess that's true But then we have to clear the room for the traps, right? You want to do that now?
No. You just run to a while the mob is still there.
Then you're gonna die afterwards.
Yeah.
When he jump, you involve. They just stay in the middle.
They all have time.
Inbound during the jump, no worry.
Yeah, inbound during the jump. If not, then save the inbound for the jump. Then we just get started like now.
Yeah, I've got plans. I don't want to.
Okay so any questions before we really check and get started? Okay, now we are gonna do. Okay, if you have questions, just type it out. If not, then we're gonna do ready checks. To save time, right? If your party is ready, just get everyone to step forwards beyond the purple line. Okay, if you are ready, step forwards beyond the purple line. If there's any party who doesn't ready, means your ready check fails, please sound off. Okay, if no one says anything, I'm gonna assume we're all okay. Or if everyone is standing in front of the purple line, I'm gonna assume we're all okay, and then we can set a start time and just get started
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, just note for park runs, normally they will yell out also which is actually fine as well. North and south. Okay, where's my way? Okay, thanks.
I put it down already.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, so I think if everyone's good, right, we will get started. Ready. Okay, ET 0130 0130. LB2 at 0128, LB1 at 0129. Range or caster LB only.
If you're not the empty, turn off your stuns.
Yep. If you have food, remember to use it. Food works in here. Okay, actually, I haven't been mentioning this in the entire run, so I still forget, but it's okay. Okay, and then focus up. Now, LB2. Now, LB2, LB1, and main tank established. Okay, just listen to callouts and everything will be fine. Red, white. Bracelets move away from light puddles, move away from light puddles. Now the first time he does this is just a demonstration. Subsequent casts will have 2 colored puddles. Come close, there will be a javelin. Avoid the javelin. Okay, generally for this fight, try to stay near the boss because his javelin, if you are the edge, you can't get out of it. Now go to light. Stay on light side. Tank Buster on main tank. Now 2 color puddles away from dark, close to a light colored puddle. At the back here is fine. If you're not sure, just follow everyone. Don't stand in the puddle, Yeah, you stand in the puddle.
Away from the tank, please. Thank you. Just remember to stack at the butt.
Yep. Easier for the healers to heal you. Red, white. Okay, now there's gonna be ads soon, and no, not ads, sorry, tethers soon. So get ready for tethers. Okay, now this is tethers. Check for tethers. Now wait a little bit. We want to telegraph or bait the cone, and go. You just handle your tethers.
You cannot go into
Tank Buster away from main tank. Don't share puddles.
There's plenty enough time. Just
Okay,
stay away from that one actually. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, now AV is gonna jump away shortly after this. We will rotate to defensive, stay stacked in the middle, and heal and shield through. There will be no DPS during this phase. And this is the jump. Rotate to defensive, stay stacked in the middle. Pop Eureka potions if you have any, and just heal through. There will be 3 impact streams, one after another. First one is light, go to light. Oh no, they rest but they are DCing. Second one is dark. Yeah, the last 2 is dark.
Yep.
Dark again. Okay, now after this, pop sprint, run away from the proximity and come back in after he lands. Away from proximity. The tanks will be standing under it, so yeah. Okay, come back in. Avoid the javelin, rotate back to offensive and burn it down. Finally, away from main tank, there will be a tank buster after this. So with good DPS, we will probably skip the ads, but let's see how it goes. Ads incoming, tanks get ready to pick up ads. And just burn down the ads.
If you got death, you can use them on the ads.
Tethers, check for tethers, and go. Okay, we need to. Okay, can.
Yep, we got it.
Thanks. Okay, now, tank buster on main tank, away from main tank. Go Eisen, faster.
Run. Commit, burn. Yep.
Nice.
There's one DC healers will
There's
be
a
aware.
couple of. So this is what I do. I use this macro when I'm doing it.
I think 2 people do it.
So this one, and then yeah, the Killik is not dead. I'm just using her as an example. Like I'm saying, this is on a macro, so it makes it a lot easier allocating.
X.
Are you
no.
X.
Not the only healer in your party, you know.
Hey yo, Euclid is on the ground.
Are you second or?
Yep. I sack. It's
Okay.
fine.
For players who aren't in the sacking business, you can come forward and just wait
Yeah.
here instead. Because the more people around, the harder it is for the healers to actually click.
I just buffed my sack for no reason.
There's
Oh, there's
one more.
people
I
over
can die
here.
for you if you want.
The
I can die
DC,
for
the
you.
DC people are reappearing.
That's
so
okay.
just
I
sacrifice them.
just realized that. Yeah.
DC people are reappearing.
Okay. Yeah. It's a pity I can't use it twice in a row. That'd be so good.
I know, right?
That'll be hacked.
Yeah, you'll just
Wait,
freeze
someone-
everyone before you die.
Exactly. Just like
just-
zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah.
Ooh,
just-
yeah.
just-
I'm prepped. It's such a
Nice.
rarity.
Everyone here?
Okay,
Yep.
nice. All
Yeah.
up. Remember, grab your treasure coffer, guys. There's a treasure coffer at the AV room. Don't forget that one. And then we'll just proceed up.
From
the
here
stairs.
on forth, don't use Death L. We are using this to build up our gauge, like your etc. etc.
Exactly.
And then this dude does like a skill. What the fuck is that
On
called?
the
But if
properties of darkness.
on the
Look at
properties
the
of
people.
darkness, if it casts, it will remove a buff of you. So I will I will kick him lah. So just beware of that. If I miss it out, then you also can kick him. Gonna be pulling.
There's still like 4 or 5 people running back to the ring because they forgot their chest.
Yeah, it's okay, lah. Don't worry. Yeah, it's the stun. Low blow. Anyway, for
Five players
Paladin,
hurt, bro.
we have shield bash. So
Yeah.
no big deal.
I'm a paladin.
No, you're
And it's for
Popoto.
free.
Popotodin.
Voted in.
Can't take you seriously with your pitchfork sword.
How to passage of arm.
Wow! Oh, are you guys gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Passage.
Oh my god.
Horrible.
With
For
enough people.
newcomers can enjoy your cutscene.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. First thing first, okay, I'm gonna interrupt here. Don't step on the button at the front. Do not go to the front and step on the button there. That will propel you onto the Osma platform, and there's a lot of things that we need to deal with before we actually get started. So try not to step on the button at the front, or should I say, don't step on the button at the front. Okay, now, I'll try to keep this brief. Welcome to Osma. This is the final fight in the Baldesion Arsenal. You need to be in the Osma arena when Osma dies to get your clear. Okay, do note the specific phrasing I'm using here. You need to actually be in the Osma arena when Osma dies to get the clear. You can be dead and it counts as a clear, but you must be in the arena. Now the problem with this is that Osma periodically sweeps the arena of dead players and ejects them into Hydatos. If that happens to you, your run is unfortunately over. Okay, so try your best to stay alive as much as you can, because dead players cannot avoid getting kicked out of the arena. Okay, so this is the pre-brief. Now you will notice that Kelly is posting a macro, so just refrain from chatting for now. You will see this in all the BA park runs as well. Okay, so just let the macro play. Now, what's gonna happen is that now there's a few things to deal with here. First and foremost, if we will see a line at the back. You see a line at the back. Line up, get your shell and protect at the rear. Okay, usually what happens is that the person casting shell and protect, okay, in this case Euclid, thanks Euclid, is casting shell and protect at the back. We form a line, get your shell protect, bow, say thank you, step out of the line, next person step forwards. No, just like a real life queue. So we do this to help the person casting shell and protect target players easily. Okay, so get your shell and protect at the rear. Now while that's going on, I will explain Osma mechanics to save time. Now if you open your mini-map, if you look at your mini-map, the Osma arena, okay, or if you have gotten your shell and protect, you can step closer to the front, being careful once again not to step onto the button. Okay, if you look at the Osma arena, it looks like a circle. Okay, there's the Osma is the shiny glowy ball in the center. Then there's a ring-shaped or donut-shaped platform going around the arena. And if you look carefully at the mini-map as well as the actual arena, there are 3 little platforms sticking out of the donut. One is on the east, one is on the west, and one is at the south. What we need to do is we're going to split up our alliance into 3 different groups with a main tank party on each of the 3 platforms. So you'll notice that we are starting to yell out the positions. Okay, generally speaking, again, this is a practice run, so we have sort of pre-assigned positions to save time. Because my practice runs tend to take very long, so to save time, we pre-assign positions. But in a park run, the players who are already here will yell out what roles they are going as. So as an example, once again, Kelly, Siora, Suki, 1, 2, 5, Shark, MT, South. That means my party, 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS. I'm the main tank, we are going south. We will be main tanking the south platform. Okay, Gallant, Meowpaw, 1, 3, 4, East, MT, Pain, Flare, Circle. Means 1 tank, 3 healers, 4 DPS. He is going east, his party will be main tanking, and his party will also be handling the Pain Flare mechanic. Okay, I'll explain Pain Flare later on. Okay, so essentially what we'll be doing is we will have 1 main tank party per platform. If there are extra parties, more than 3, then those parties will be the ST party or the sub-tank parties. Now, sub-tank parties don't actually tank, by the way. But as a rule of thumb, generally speaking, sub-tank parties will handle Pain Flare. Now, Pain Flare, I will not spend too much time explaining the mechanic, but it is a mechanic that a healer needs to handle for the triangle phase. So during the triangle phase of Ozma, a healer will need to deal with this mechanic. Usually, we'll get the sub-tank party healer to deal with it. Okay, I just saw Azden disconnect now, so we'll just wait for him to come back as well. Okay, now, while that's being handled, okay, so I'll let the organizer handle it in chat. Okay, they'll be handling the party allocations in chat. I will explain the Ozma mechanics. Okay, now, Ozma is thunder aspected, so rotate your Magia to the correct element. Main tanks will be on defensive, everyone else will be on offensive, except maybe healers. You have a choice to stay on defensive if you are not confident. There will be no Magia rotation in this fight. You will just stay on this Magia for the entirety of the fight. Now, Ozma's main mechanics, there will be 3 important mechanics, and you only need to know how to deal with these 3 mechanics. Now, the first and most important one is called Meteors. Now, Ozma starts as a sphere form, and he changes forms through the fight. He will change to a spike ball form first. Okay, the first one is always spike ball, and then he'll change back into a sphere. And then afterwards, he'll change to one of 3 forms: either sphere, either spike ball, cube, or pyramid or triangle. Okay, pyramid or triangle, I use them interchangeably. If he changes into a triangle or spiked ball, he will cast meteors on 2 random players per platform. These 2 players will need to place the meteors, one at the rear right corner of their platform, the other one on the left. On the ring-shaped platform, there is a button there. Okay. Later, when we jump down, all parties will place waymarks to mark where the meteors are to be placed. If you are new and you don't see these waymarks, ask your party to help you place the waymarks. Okay, waymarks are party specific, so you should only be able to see your party's waymarks for your platform. Make sure you can see them and you know where to place the meteors, because these 2 players, they are randomly selected, can be the main tank, can be the sub tank, can be 2 healers, can be 2 DPS, can be 2 new players, can be anyone on that platform. These players must stop, identify that they have the meteors, and handle the meteors. Dropping DPS, nothing else takes priority over meteors. Meteors is the #1 priority. I cannot emphasize this enough. If meteors is not placed properly, someone doesn't realize their meteor and stands in the middle of the platform, dropping the meteor there, everyone on that platform dies. There is no safe spot created because the meteor is in the center. So please, please, please handle meteors. Once again, gentle reminder, 1 meteor to the right rear of the platform, the other meteor to the left in the clockwise position. On the ring-shaped platform, there is a button there. Drop it on the button. Okay, remember, always to the left. Here on Elemental, we do clockwise rotation. You will always be going to the left. Okay, if you read a guide online or somewhere else, NA strats use counter-clockwise. Don't be mixed up. Here on Elemental is always to the left. Okay, or as Liara always says, he quotes Beyonce, to the left, always go to the left. Okay, now, next. Second mechanic is acceleration bombs. Now, for acceleration bombs, they appear during the triangle form, and some random players will be targeted with Excel bombs. Now, Excel bomb starts as a debuff. You can see on your debuff bar, it counts down. I think it starts anywhere between 16 to 24 seconds. Okay, I can't really remember exactly, but it starts as a random time. So some players will have longer timers, some players will have shorter timers. Just notice your own timer. As the debuff counts down to 5 seconds or less, a visible dice icon appears above your head. Counting down 3, 2, 1. Once it hits 1 or less, it will snapshot. You need to stop moving, stop attacking, stop auto-attacking. Okay, if you are ranged DPS, deselect Osma or sheath your weapon to prevent auto-attacks from triggering the Excel bomb. Okay, if you guys have done like Susano OEX or the Del Riada, there's this Excel bomb mechanic. Okay, I think recently there's a new content with the Excel bomb also. What was it?
I'm not sure.
Can't remember lah. Okay, anyway, just avoid Excel bombs. Okay, just stop moving. If you have Excel bombs, stop moving. Okay, if you're not sure if it's you, just stop moving also. Okay, the problem with Excel bomb and meteors is that everyone's stacked together, and then the debuff appears above someone's head. You can't really see who has it. So you need to figure out whether it's you. I recommend when you see the Excel bomb and meteor, you just first thing you do is to stop DPS and figure out if it's you. Meteors, no debuff, so you have to move around. What I do is I shuffle my character left and right, or jump straight up and down. If I jump and the icon or the marker follows me, it's me. I start to move away and handle the meteor. Okay, the worst thing is you think it's someone else, but it's actually you, and then you just stand with everybody and the meteor drops on everyone. So try to identify if it's you. If it's you, handle the mechanic. Okay, if it's meteor, move it away. If it's Excel bomb, you need to stop moving when it counts down from 3, 2, 1. Okay, 5 seconds or less, 3, 2, 1. Just stop moving, stop attacking, sheath your weapon, don't do anything. You will just fizzle off if you're not doing anything. Now, if someone moving with Excel bomb, it will explode, shaving away 90% of that player's HP and everyone else around them as well. So one person fucking up Excel bomb kills everyone else also. 2 Excel bombs pop at the same time, or Excel bomb and meteor happen at the same time, everyone dies. So please handle Excel bomb. Some of the veteran players will realize that they have Excel bomb and they'll move away from other players to give them that peace of mind that they are not the Excel bomb player. You might see players stepping away just to isolate themselves that they have Excel bomb. Just stay away from them. Just stay away from them. Okay, so these 2 mechanics you must handle properly. If not, there's a tendency to kill a lot of players on your platform, and it sort of snowballs from there. If a lot of players die or the main tank dies, players will slowly start to die. If there's not enough DPS, we'll fail the DPS check that happens midway through occasionally through the fight. Other platforms will die, and then it sort of snowballs from there. So try to handle these 2 mechanics. Okay, as I said before many times, meteors tends to wipe 99% of BA runs. Please handle meteors. Excel bomb not as bad. One platform dies, but it's still quite bad. Okay, I think like 60 to 80% of runs are wiped by Excel bombs. Try to handle these 2 mechanics whenever you get them. Okay, now, other things to note. Every time Osma changes back from any form into a sphere form, okay, he rotates sphere, spike ball, sphere. 1 of 3 forms, sphere. 1 of 3 forms, sphere. Every time he changes into a sphere form, he does this move called black hole. Now for black hole, everybody needs to be on a button. There will be 6 buttons on the platform. Now for those of you who are new, come closer to the front, but don't go past the doors. Okay, don't go past the doors, or just avoid stepping on the button. Looking at the platform itself, you can see that there's a circular button on every platform, and there's a circular button on the ring-shaped platform to the left of every platform. All 6 buttons must be accounted for by having 1 or more players standing in them. If any of the 6 buttons has nobody standing in it, we all get sucked out, we all get ejected. So we must account for all the 6 buttons. If you are not on a button when black hole occurs, you get sucked out. Do note that dead players, if you are dead but you're on the button, you will still get sucked out. Dead players cannot resist black hole, so you need to stay alive for as long as you can. Now do note, if you die in this fight, don't AFK, because there have been cases where you die and then you thought, oh shit, I'm dead. Then they just chill and relax, right? And then they stop focusing. Mid-fight, healers tend to sacrifice dead players. Be ready for the sacrifice during the black hole. Once sacrifice goes out and you get res, quickly run to a button. Okay, some healers, very kind-hearted healers, will take that risk and sacrifice a dead player in the attempts to save them during the black hole. Quickly run to a button. Don't AFK. Don't lose focus. Stay focused until the run is over, or you actually get sucked out. If you get sucked out, then you'll be ejected into Hydatos. Your run is technically over, but stay with the party until we are done. Okay, don't rage quit and leave, because the remaining 7 players inside the fight has access to LB3 with you in their party. If you quit the party or leave the Hydatos, they lose LB3. Please don't leave until the fight is over. Okay, whether we clear or not is irrelevant. Just give them a fighting chance. Okay, give us a fighting chance while we're still fighting Osma inside the arena. Okay. Now, other than that, there'll be a few knockback mechanics in this fight. I will call them out. Okay, get pushed to the front or get pushed to the rear. The knockback comes out from the button in the center of the platform. Just get pushed to the front or the back. Anti-knockback works as well. Arm's length and sure cast. There'll be a small little knockback during the square form. I will call it out. I'll say holy. Knockback incoming. Stay closer to the front. Okay, now holy is a small little pushback that comes out from Osma, pushing everyone away from the center towards the rear. Try to stay during this point, stay closer to the front of the arena. Do not be at the very edge of the rear of the platform or the donut-shaped platform. Do note that there will be cases where I will say, go to the rear, okay, because we want to avoid the incoming mechanic, but I'll say stay closer to the front. Okay, which is a bit confusing, because what I really mean is you need to go to the back of the platform but stay away from the edge, because there will be a knockback. If you go all the way to the rear and stand at the very edge of the rear of the platform, it will push you off and you will die. Falling off the platform in this fight kills you. Okay, so stay closer to the front. There will be another situation. Get off the platform. You will go to the donut-shaped platform, but stay closer to the front. There will be a pushback pushing you away from the center to the outer edges of the donut. Do not be at the very edge of the rear of the platform. Okay, in fact, for this entire fight, there's no reason to be at the very edge of the rear of the platform other than placing the meteor at the back. Okay, so these two mechanics are the knockback mechanics. And that's it for the Osma explanations. Okay, the rest of the fight is just a set of movement. Move to the front, move to the rear, stay stacked, go to your buttons, okay, get off the platform, etc, etc. Listen to callouts, try to move accordingly. If you die, spirit procs, pop another spirit of the remembered. Okay, and just stay calm, stay cool, listen to calls, and fingers crossed everything will be fine. Okay, so at this point of time, if there's questions, feel free to type them out or ask them. If not, then we will do ready checks in our parties. Okay, do party ready checks. Now, because of Osma, right, we will shout out or yell out what Kelly is doing. We want to ensure that everyone is back before we start moving towards getting down to the platform. Okay, the reason for this is simply because if we're on the platform and some of us are not ready and we are waiting for those people to be ready, there's a tendency that someone might early pull. So I try not to get people down until we are all ready to begin. Because when someone pulls, we need to get started right away, and the tanks need to be there to establish MET straight away. Okay, so we're just making sure that everyone's ready before we get started. Okay, now, we just make sure all the parties are ready, then we'll go jump down. Okay, now, one last thing to mention for Black Hole, if you are melee, tank, or healer, you will take the button on the platform itself. If you are range or caster DPS, you will take the button to the left of the platform on the ring-shaped button. This is just so that all 6 buttons are accounted for. Okay, range usually don't lose uptime when they run to the left, so range can go to the left. Okay, but in a pinch, if you fail to realize that you are supposed to go and you have dallied a little bit, just go to the nearest button. You just need to be on any button to survive the black hole. Okay, don't realize, oh shit, I'm supposed to go to left, then you start running just before black hole happens, you are gonna get sucked out. Okay, so just be on any button, but we generally assign the range and caster to go to the left so that someone's going to the left. Okay, I've seen cases where no one goes to the left, and then I realize, shit, no one's going to the left. I have to go, or I will go, and I quickly sprint over because no one go to the left. Okay, so this is just to account for situations where no one goes to the left. Okay, but just be on any button if you are new.
Okay, everybody's ready.
Everyone's ready, yeah? Okay.
Yep.
So carefully hop off to the main platform. Do not target Osma. Okay, we don't want early pulls to happen. Do not fall off the platform. You will die if you fall off this platform, even before the fight starts. Okay, so carefully walk over to your correct platform.
BBD pro tip number 67. Turn off BGM if it makes you nervous.
Yes. We are south. Okay, I'm in
Yep,
south.
yep.
Okay,
And then 69 is don't touch balls.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. Okay, we
Wash
will
not?
your hands up.
Waymarks. Waymarks, please. Help to place Waymarks. Every party should have Waymarks placed. If you don't have them, sound off. Okay, just yell out, I don't have Waymarks. Can I? Someone help me place Waymarks. We will help you. Okay, if your party members know how to place it, help to place them. Notice where these Waymarks are. Just adjust for the meteor. Okay, now for meteors, one meteor must be at the back, one must be on the left. Cannot be at the same spot. One of the two of you must adjust. Okay, try your best to adjust. We cannot determine who goes to the back, who goes to the left. Try your best to adjust. Okay, use food if necessary. The food will have dropped off by now because I tend to speak for more than like 20 minutes. So use food, refresh the food. Main tank stance on, all other tanks stance off. Rotate your Magia to the correct element. You should have done this earlier on, but Osma has Thunder as expected. Okay, and then we will just do. Okay, we'll just get ready lah. Okay, everyone's ready. So we will start at ET 1100 lah. Okay, 1100. Okay, slightly longer start time for Osma because of certain things. Okay, double HL stacking, focus 16 charging, okay, etc. Usually Osma will give a slightly longer start time for all these other things. Okay, casting bravery, etc. Okay, let the healers and DPS do their thing. Okay, LB2 at 1058, LB1 at 1059, range, caster or melee LB. Okay, now for Osma, because he doesn't face aggro, right, you can actually walk up to him and LB his face, but you cannot touch him. Do not touch it. Okay, whatever. Okay, don't touch the ball. Okay, that's why Tatsu just mentioned BBD pro tip number 69. Don't touch the ball. Okay, if you touch the hitbox, it will aggro you. Okay, don't be like
touch balls. Got it.
Yeah. Unless you're Mihi lah. Unless you're Mihi or Avia. Okay, then special exception. Yeah. Okay, and then
Acceptance.
like what Tatsu said as well. If it's your first time and then there's this music that making you very nervous, you can just turn off the BGM now lah. Okay, /BGM space 0 or just go to your menu system and then turn off the BGM from the...
Yeah, just make sure you have sound effects on because they help you when the shadows and stuff.
58 LB2, 59 LB1.
If it is pro tip 67, turn off the BGM if it makes you nervous lah. Okay, or if you are BA addict, right, you'll put it to 100 because you know this is your jam.
Dude, we have Turmoil on repeat.
Okay, we're starting soon. Really focus up. LB2, LB1, and main tanks established. Okay, now Osma opens with a heavy hitting tank buster like auto attack on the 3 highest MET targets. Usually it's the main tanks on each platform. So main tanks, please establish MET. Healers just keep the tanks topped up. Okay, they'll be taking heavy tank buster like auto attacks. Now the first mechanic is always a spike wall, which is to go to the rear. So get ready to go to the rear. Go to the rear now. Go to the rear now. Okay, staying stacked in a group, move forwards together. Spike wall form does a split damage auto attack that must be shared. So you need to stay stacked with other people. If you take it by yourself or you get close and Osma targets you, you just eat it by yourself and die. There'll be a knockback from the center. Get pushed to the front. Get pushed to the front. You try not to stand on the button itself because then you descend in a random direction. You just position yourself to be to the front of the button.
Oh, I was just running around the ring.
Yeah, okay, the people running around the ring is like they have been here too many times that they are bored lah. So just ignore them. Yeah, just I see like Fedor doing it all the time also.
Yeah.
Okay, now black hole one, go to a button, any button. You make sure you're on any button. Okay, once the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. You can step off the button now. Then we are back to heavy hitting auto attacks on the main tanks. Now shades will appear. Go to the... Okay, get off the platform, main tanks get off last. Laser beam, go back in, main tanks go in first. Shades at the rear. Go to the rear, go to the rear. Main Osma. Go to the front afterwards. Go to the front now. Square or cube form. Main tanks big line AoEs away from the party and top ops. Everyone else stack away from the main tanks. You don't want to hit them with that stack marker. They will die if they eat an off after that. Small incoming knockback, small incoming knockback. Stay closer to the front. And continue to bait line AoEs away from the party.
Really good aim.
Yeah, he stopped just before the lasers. Smart.
You.
Lol.
Square form is the best form to DPS. Just like, you know, bursts here. Now
Yeah.
shades at the rear. Get off the platform, get off the platform. Stay closer to the front of the donut ring. There'll be a knockback. Heal. Go back in. Nice. Please stay stacked with your party, don't cross over to the tank. Black hole 2 soon. Black hole 2. Everyone to a button, everyone to a button. You need to be on a button when black hole resolves.
BTS is good today.
Not bad, 50% second black hole. Okay, the animation has gone off, you can step off the button. Back to heavy hitting auto attacks on the main tanks. The main tanks alive. Shades.
Must be trace damage.
Nice. Okay, get off the platform, main tanks get off last. Main Osma, go to the rear afterwards. Go to the rear now. Spike wall form, staying stack, move forwards together as a group. There will be meteors, get ready. Okay, meteors go, try your best to adjust. Okay, adjust, thank you. Nice. Okay, then come back to your party after you place it. Wait for the meteors to land and get knocked to the front. Get knocked to the front now. And burn X. Okay, the tanks will
Someone
pull
dropped.
That's okay. Okay, now if you fall off, you will respawn at the south platform if your spirit procs. Find an opportunity to go back to your own platform. Shits. Oh, it's Valkyries at the back.
Yeah.
Okay, now knock back to the rear. Knock back to the rear. Oh. Stay put with it. Okay, and then go back to the front. Staying stacked. Oh no. Okay, those days, let's just be ready. There may be sacrifices coming in during the black hole or just before the black hole. So just get ready. Okay, black hole soon. Black hole number 3, everyone to a button. Okay, run into the button if you can. Or rescue. Then a bit too slow.
Oh no, they got out.
Search. Too slow already. Laser killer.
Next PA.
Yeah, next PA. Shades at the rear.
Damn it.
The timing was off. They go to the rear, everyone to the rear. Main Osma, triangle, get off the platform afterwards, get off the platform now. Triangle form, acceleration bombs and meteors, get ready. This is the worst form, so pay attention to the mechanics here. Okay, meteors get ready, meteors go, meteors adjust. Nice, come back once you have placed the meteors. The shield and heals burn X. Bait pin. Okay. Burn X and then Excel bomb, just be careful. Shades at the rear. Go to the front. Stay stacked. Excel bomb, stop moving. Big pin. Excel bomb, stop moving.
Stop moving.
Okay, can come back. Stack together. Yeah, can. Yes. Nice. Yeah, that's close. Well done. Nice. Good job, Popoto. You are spared from being today's lunch. Black hole number 3 or 4. Can't remember.
4. That's 4.
Must be tomorrow's lunch.
No.
Yeah, just be tomorrow's lunch, that's right. Okay lah, and then just LB3 lah. Just LB3 the boss. We're done already. LB3, go!
Get it?
Ay, so many.
Yeah, I know,
Fine,
right?
over.
Doing it.
My fucking I lag so hard.
Disconnect the Boboto before she gets.
Well,
Okay, very nice. Good
So
job, guys.
many people.
Yes,
That's
a lot of clears.
good.
Good, that's good. Yeah,
Congrats.
that's good.
Yeah,
Practice run
that's
should have a lot of new
literally
players
good.
now. If not,
That's what we
then
hold this for.
yeah, if not, then there's no point running the practice run. Then all the veterans come in as
Just
who's
jump,
listening
guys.
to
It's,
you?
it's safe.
Okay, now if it's your first time clearing, you need to jump into the abyss and then sacrifice yourself to the Osma god. Yeah, you need to jump into the pit. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry about Chris. My timing was a couple of
Yeah,
seconds.
okay, not to worry. Okay, for those who unfortunately died and then you got sucked out, or you didn't make it for today's run, but you are tuning in and watching, I will hold practice runs once a month, but not to worry. Very, very likely once the savage tiers people start to clear savage tier, right, they will come back into BA run. So peak hours tend to be weekends, evenings, JST 7 PM onwards. Just jump into Hydatos, and then usually if there's enough people, they'll call for BA. Just join the park runs lah. Okay, you may need to prepare stabilizers for those because those will be heavily contested. But if you manage to get in, just shout for a party. The way we do our practice runs is very similar to park runs. So whatever we've been doing in here, right, you will see them do in the park runs as well. So just join the party. Any questions you have, just ask in the Discord. Anything you need to clarify, just ask in the Discord. And then just try your luck with the park runs in the upcoming weeks ahead lah. Yeah, I do expect.
There won't be callouts lah for
Yeah,
public runs. But
park
if you see any guys that you really want to, then you can like beg for one maybe.
Yeah, if like you see people like who will join?
Like,
Hicks,
if you're
maybe?
doing the BC during a run, people can do callouts, no problem.
Yeah, but don't join a VC expecting there will be callouts lah. Some of us like to join VC just to shit talk while we do BA.
Yeah. You'll be chill chatter. Maybe someone will do like callouts lah. They'll say, okay, go to front, go to back, get off.
I will ask politely.
Yep.
Look at the non-lalas trying to blend in with the lalas.
Look at this buffet line, guys. Buffet, a lunch is served. Quickly. Okay, other than that, I think that's about it. If you have questions, just ask in the Discord. Okay, thanks once again goes out to all the organizers. Thanks, Kelly, for doing organizer. Thanks to all the veterans and BA addicts who come help and support these runs here. Special shout out to the JP side of BA. Okay, we have a bunch of JP BA addicts as well, so they actually join our runs to help out as well. So thanks goes out to them as well. And you will see them when they do the park runs also. Actually, it's always the same people. All the BA runs are all the same people.
Someone wants you to eat them, Shark.
Oh, nice. I have lunch provided. All right.
Oh.
Other than that, okay, the last thing I mentioned here, few things. If it's your first time clearing, you need to go through the exit. There's a continuation of your quest through the exit, as well as your mount, right, is in the achievements menu. So you need to actually exit Hydatos, claim your mount from the achievements menu to get the shiny Osma mount. Other than that, I think that's it. Anything else you guys want to add?
Next BA?
Yeah, if not, then just look out for next BA, guys. Thanks so much for coming. It's been fun. For those of you got the cloth and the seal right from the treasure coffer, okay, don't forget to open your treasure coffer. It's your special rewards specifically for clearing. There'll be a single cloth and a single seal. Now this cloth and seal is actually used to get the body pieces that you already have bought or purchased for this run here. So what you should do, right, is actually you should ask your friend, say, hey guys, I just cleared BA recently. This mount is so cool, so awesome. Take a look at it. If you want to join, I will sell you this cloth and seal, and then you just need to join subsequent BA runs and then get your own clears and then sell your cloth and seal to your friends as well. And then we just propagate the BA pyramid scheme, and then we all get rich along the way. Yeah. Okay. So you guys know what to do now. Alright, guys. Thanks for coming. It's been fun.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Lunchtime. Enjoy your Saturday and weekend.
See us.
Thanks, Mihi, for coming. Thanks, Kilika,
No worries.
shouting at Trey. We need more.
Sorry, I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting.
Blame Trey because he doesn't talk.
Like, legit. They were picking on us so bad.
Alright, see you guys.
See you
See you
later.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for the game.
Did you charity clear?
Yeah,
Yeah,
cleared.
yeah.
Nice.